Looks like we're live. All right. Didn't realize we've been live for 30 seconds. Okay. So I'm hearing them do the whole pregame thing about Jaxson Dart. Let's see. So haven't missed much yet. So I think this is Jay McAtamney kicking off right here. Or Jude McAtamney. All right. My mic is pretty far away. All right. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Yeah, it was just my microphone was like way over somewhere. Hopefully you can hear me better. All right, first play, and it looks like it's a false start, first play. So already there behind the 8 ball, but you never know. All right. So they got Becton out. They got, of course, Slater out. And I think that's it. But Slater's, of course, been out for months now. I mean, he's out for the whole season. All right, here we go. Man in motion, Herbert taking the snap. Clear pocket, and it looked like that was really tight coverage on Keenan Allen from Warsaw, but Keenan Allen, of course, still grabbed it. Coverage at least looked tighter, like I said. But and that was Holland that broke on that. Okay. 2nd and 6 here. And Omarion Hampton is going to get taken down. This will make this a 3rd and 6.5. So first 3rd and long of the game. Let's see what we got. This defensive line absolutely has to take over. D-line has to take over here on 3rd and 7. This is how you set the tone for the rookie. This is how you set the tone for the rookie. Let's see 3rd and 7 here. 3rd and 7, shotgun, 3 wide receiver set or 4 wide receiver set. Herbert and Ladd McConkey drops a wide open first down. So, not much the Giants defense did right there, but because of a drop pass, the Chargers are going to punt. Drew Phillips, I mean, couldn't have played that any worse. It's like they're the way that this defense plays zone coverage is just like Okerike's just standing there. But they're going to punt here. Gunnar Olszewski's going to be returning. Let's see if they'll just try to kick this out of bounds or if we'll actually get a punt return here from Gunnar. All right. Gunner's going to call for a fair catch, and he's going to catch this right at the 10.5-yard line. So not optimal starting field position for Dart, but let's see. The rookie's out here. The crowd is going nuts. Crowd is going nuts right now. Now, like I said in my preview, this defense is literally crazy. This defense is crazy, so he's going to have a lot of looks that are going to get thrown at him, and he's going to have to step up. But it's his first game, so, he might not step up. Here we go. Hand off to Scatterboo. Scatterboo's got space, and we get a 4.5, 5-yard run here on first down. A nice hole right there, right behind it. Looked like Andrew Thomas. All right, here we go. Of course, they're going to try to get the ball to Malik Neighbors early on, but let's not force it to him. There we go. Malik Neighbors got interfered with. There we go. First down. That was definitely underthrown from Dart. And it's like, that's one of the things where, like, it's underthrown, obviously. But the defender didn't turn around, so free first down. So Dart hasn't really had to do anything. And, he's got about, 20 yards of offense so far with the penalty and the Scatterboo handoff. So this is what you want for your rookie. Here we go, off at the 30-yard line. Another handoff. Scatterboo. Let's see if this Dart game is going to be like the Tommy DeVito game where he threw like 3 passes. Let's see. Scatterboo here in the backfield still. Looks like it, yep. First pass from Dart. Malik Neighbors wide open. Malik Neighbors picking up. He's just 2 inches short of the first down marker. So this is the 3rd and 1 here. I hate that we're in shotgun on 3rd and 1. I just hate that. I just hate it. But Scatterboo's going to pick that up easily. I actually picked up 4. The push that the line gets compared to before Andrew Thomas versus after Andrew Thomas is nuts. It's like Madden where he gives them plus 5 impact block or something crazy like that. Another handoff to Scatterboo. Scatterboo up the middle. Scatterboo carrying some guys. Let's go on a ride. There we go. This Giants offensive line is winning at the line of scrimmage so far. There we go. They're winning at the line of scrimmage. Guys are getting blown off the ball. All right, Singletary in the backfield. Scatterboo's finally getting a breather. Chargers defense looking like a cover 4 shell, but they're going to rotate to cover 3. Looks like it. The safety's coming on the blitz. Dart's getting up the field, and Dart at least got down, so we're going to be a yard short of a first down. This is what it's like to move the ball. Man, somebody get this. Had to get this dude out of my chat. All right, 2nd and 1 coming up. Giants already at the edge of field goal range if we had a good kicker. Who knows how good Jude is. Derwin James coming on the safety blitz. Fakes out Derwin James. Dart keeps it, and we pick up another first down. There we go. Dart moving the ball on his first drive. Eagles just blocked the Buccaneers' punt. Took it back for a touchdown. This is the Eagles' magic that just always happens for them. Oh, man. And now my string is buffering. Here we go with this buffering. I'm waiting until we try to get a stop so I can reload this. Dart empty set. The Chargers are rushing too. And he finds an open man on a 2-man rush. The Chargers had 9 guys in coverage, and he found Malik Neighbors open for a first down. Two-man rush right there. They dropped both defensive tackles, and he still found the hole. All right. Malik Neighbors was already with 3 targets, I think, if not more. Here we go from the 15. Dart taking off again. Dart's got a space. Dart into the end zone. Let's go. He's got moxie. He's got moxie. There we go. Jaxson Dart with his first touchdown. That's what I'm talking about. That's the change that we wanted, that we just don't get otherwise. And my stream goes out right there. But listen, first touchdown in the NFL for Jaxson Dart is a rushing touchdown. I think that was the same for Daniel Jones. Hopefully it's not the same experience as Daniel Jones. But so far, Jaxson Dart looks very, very composed. There's no pressure on him from the defensive line there. And we went right down the field right there. Right down the field. He's a baller. You're right. He's a baller. Let's see. Just trying to get this stream to work. I'm telling you, I found a place to watch the games that like usually doesn't buffer at all, but everybody else has been finding it recently, so been running into some issues. But what do y'all think about that? I love that drive from Jaxson Dart. Let's pull up the stats here on his first drive. Let's pull up the stats. He is 2 for 20, but 3 carries, 28 yards, and a touchdown. So Malik Neighbors has 20 yards. He's got both of Jaxson Dart's completed passes. Other than that, this was all done through Cam Scatterboo and Jaxson Dart running the football. So if our offensive line can win like this, this can be like a 40 rush, 50 rush type of game. I wish we had Tracy, because then it really could be like a 45 carry type of game. But I don't think they'll give Dart enough carries for this to be that many carries. But give Scatterboo 28 carries. give him something ridiculous. All right, let's see what Giants Twitter has to say. I love to just take a look at what people are thinking. Jaxson Dart, first drive, first touchdown. Man, that defense, man, the defense that I was scared of, we went straight down the field right there. Straight down the field on them. Straight down the field. What's going on? None of your business. I hope you saw this first drive. I hope you saw the first drive, because this is good stuff, man. This is great cinema right here. All right, looks like we're coming out of commercial. This is where it's time for our defense to step up. Like, hopefully they're motivated. Hopefully they're stepping up. We need the defense to step up and complement this drive. Dart is locked in. Russ is right next to him. Slayton's on the other side of him. 9 plays, 89 yards, 417. Jaxson Dart right down the field, running the football. Talking to Shea Tierney, Mike Kafka on the sideline. And they are kicking this deep. Chargers are across the 25, and the Giants will have the Justin Herbert and the Charger offense starting off at the 26. Man, like, definitely a nice drive. I'm loving that they are adjusting to things, and they're realizing that we can really run the football when we have Bellinger and Johnson in the backfield. That's working really well for us. Herbert trying to respond. Play action. Herbert's under pressure. And you get a... This is what I'm talking about. Herbert under pressure. You get an underthrown ball. 2nd and 10. Let's go. Let's go. Brian Burns right after him. He closed that gap quicker than you thought, Justin, didn't he? No, absolutely not allowed to show the game on YouTube. Definitely not, Cam. We can't show it on YouTube. This stream will get taken down quicker than you can send that comment. All right, Justin Herbert, 2nd and 10. 2 backs in the backfield. He kind of double clutched that right there. Quentin Johnston catches it. He's still fighting. Forward progress is going to take him backwards. He caught that for like a 6-yard gain. He probably ended up taking it to a 4-yard gain. 3rd and 6 coming up. Let's see if we can get off the field here on 3rd and 6. We got off on 3rd and 7 on a drop pass. Let's get a little tighter in this zone coverage. Let's see what we can do here. I would tell you where to see it, but I know YouTube doesn't like people posting links in the chat either. So I'm going to tell you to head over to Twitter and see what you can find there. Justin Herbert, way too much time. That got tipped. And there's a flag on the ground. And here we go, somebody that's about to get banned from my channel, spamming it. That ball got tipped, so hopefully there's no pass interference. Let's see what they say here. Let's see what they said here. Before the pass was thrown, illegal contact, so. All right. So we give him 5 yards and a first down. I don't know why somebody in my job is emailing me right now. All right. Yeah, just a bad penalty right there. Here we go, 1st and 10 for the Chargers. Gave them some new life there. And Hampton's going to pick up 5.5, his best run of the day so far. And that's going to come back because that's holding. So after a decent run from Hampton, a strong run from Hampton, that's going to go back. That's going to go back 10 yards. Nubin right there coming in. And they weren't having it. Zion Johnson didn't want Nubin coming through there clear. So 1st and 20 coming up. Chargers back to earlier than where they started, or shorter than where they started at 24 almost. So you got a 1st and 20 coming up. And he had, there we go. Tyler Nubin coming in, making a tackle here for a 2.5 yard gain? Now, listen, I've been complaining about Tyler Nubin, but one thing he can't do is come up and make a tackle, at least as far as like a highlight tackle. When he's not missing them, he's good at. You get what I'm saying? When he makes his tackles, they're impactful. 2nd and 18 coming up. And Herbert should be going down. Kayvon Thibodeau is going to take him down. 0.5 yard sack. There we go. I don't even know if he got back to the line. I would call that a sack. I'd definitely call that a sack. Because, hey, first off, shout out to Elijah Garcia. I think that was him. Was that Elijah Garcia? No, he wasn't on the field. That was Darius Alexander who got that initial pressure. Beat a double team right there. And then Thibodeau just cleaned it up. So we got a 3rd and forever. Let's hype up the crowd. The crowd is on their feet. Abdul Carter and Brian Burns coming off the edge. Brian Burns came through. He got held. And Abdul Carter is going to have to chase Justin Herbert to stop him from getting the first down. And we had a ton wrong with that pursuit on that play. On 3rd and 18, Justin Herbert runs for 20. Like, there's no way. That was Thibodeau who got pancaked right there in between two people, fell down. And Deonte Banks, with a horrible effort, doesn't keep contained. Deonte Banks, keep contained. And now Joe Alt is limping off the sideline, so that's not a good thing for the Chargers at all, because he's been an all-pro at left tackle pretty much this year, and they're already missing their other all-pro tackle. Oh, Joe Alt's knee kind of got snapped because Zion Johnson drove Thibodeau into his knee. Justin Herbert under pressure, and that ball is going to sail. So far, I'm kind of liking the defense, man, but it's like Deonte Banks on that play if he just keeps contained, Justin Herbert's not picking up that first down running. There's no way you can allow yourself to get pinned inside when you already have outside leverage. And Joe Alt is going to try to force himself back in, but he doesn't look too good right there. So the Chargers are really working with a patchwork. What? He's offsides, Abdul Carter. And luckily, that's just a luckily that's just a short pass. But Abdul Carter jumped offsides, and they pick up 6 right there. So they'll decline that penalty. Or maybe they'll take it and just keep the down. And that was actually okay. So they're going to repeat second down. It'll be 2nd and what? 2nd and 5? 2nd and, let's see. Let's see what this will be. 2nd and 5. Okay. So again, they're not working with much at the tackles right now. Herbert under pressure, and you get another drop, this time from Quentin Johnston. Right here, the Chargers are not working with much. Yeah, Joe Alt, I hope he's okay just because he's been such a good player. But this is definitely advantageous for the pass rush right here. As we got a 3rd and 5 coming on. These guys are pinning their ears back. And Herbert's going to take a shot, and Ladarius McConkey is going to drop it. Decent coverage right there from Drew Phillips. So the Chargers are going to go for it here on 4th and 5. Feeling like they got to set the tone because you don't want to give this Giants team too much momentum right here. And now they're going to come off the field. Okay, so the punt unit is coming out for the Chargers. Looks like a stop here for the Giants defense. But we'll see if they fake the punt or anything. And I'm sure the punter is probably just going to try to pin us inside the 5 here. And that is not a bad punt there from the, oh my gosh. And we're going to start at the 1, at the half-yard line. That was a heck of a punt there from that kicker, from that punter. I don't know why this dude keeps on making new accounts to try to get in my chat, and I don't know what he's doing. He's just spamming. But what a loser. What a loser. I mean, you just keep jumping in the chat, making accounts just to spam the chat. Spamming laughing emojis. Because I keep banning the dude, and he just keeps coming back. Let me see if I can. I wonder if I'm actually banning them or if this StreamYard version of banning isn't a permanent thing. Cause let me figure this out. But I'm excited for us to get back out there. If we can go 99 yards, man, that'll be nuts. But let's at least just try to flip the field possession wise. Let's see. Like, am I gonna have to monitor the chat just to stop this dude from spamming? All right, but what are y'all expecting here on this second drive? For me, I'm thinking that this guy Dart is gonna come out, and at least if we can flip field position, I'm feeling good. And when I say flip field position, I mean like they shouldn't get this ball back at the 40-yard line. Like, let's at least have them starting at their own 30, because going 99 yards is difficult. But we can do it. It's just about, like, if we don't go to 99 yards, I would much rather them have to go the length of the field instead of getting the ball at their 40 or our 40. All right, let's get back into it. Looks like a flawless day right there. I know they flew some planes over the stadium. That stat is wrong. They say they've had 6 different starting quarterbacks. They've had 7 since Dable started. Dart here with the dummy snap. And Singletary is going to catch this and get a yard. I guess they don't trust Scatterboo here on the goal line to not fumble or actually get upfield. I'm guessing so. I mean, Scatterboo looks pretty good to me so far, so I would have given him the ball right there, but I'm not going to nitpick. You don't want to tire Scatterboo out too much. Looks like here we're still under center. Another dummy snap. Another handoff. Singletary is going to... Oh my gosh, if this dude was a little faster, that would have been a big run. And it makes you think if that was Scatterboo, that'd be a good run, because Singletary broke a tackle and got to the outside, and another guy just ran him down immediately. But if his legs was chopping a little bit faster, that'd have been a first down. And that's not even something I'm sure Scatterboo would have done. That's more of like if it was like a guy like Turbo Miller, who just like is just gonna accelerate really fast. The Chargers are looking like they're sitting and cover 4, but their safeties are pretty far down. They're being a little aggressive right here, so let's see if we can take advantage. Got to snap this. Dart is stepping up. He's directing traffic. Oh, this dude's a boss, man. Let's go. Let's go. You see Dart directing traffic to come over this way? Boom, first down. Slayton. Easy stuff, man. Look at this rookie in the end zone maneuvering around, directing traffic. What a dude, man. Look at this man. All right, 2 guys in the backfield. Singletary still back there. They're giving Scat a drive off, I'm guessing. And this will probably be a handoff to him. It's a short throw to Wandale, and Wandale's got to break a tackle, and he almost did. I like what we're trying to do right there. He almost broke that tackle. And we get another troll in the comments. The same troll all day long. Here we go. 2nd and 10 coming up. Three wide receivers. Theo Johnson in at tight end. Dart is taking a shot. Let's see. Gave Slayton a shot right there. I thought he might have had a shot. And there we go, him celebrating, doing a seatbelt celebration. But there was a shot right there for Slayton. I like the location of that ball. Outside and far. Outside and far, he was one-on-one. So, let him know that you'll take that shot. Here we go. 3rd and 10 coming up for Dart. This is his first 3rd and long. He just had a 3rd and 6, but this is the first 3rd and double digits for this game. They're sending 5. He's got some time. He's stepping up. He is going to go down. So he'll go down at the 20 and the Giants will punt. But at least we flipped field. At least we flipped the field. Like I said, that's really what I was hoping. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from Jaxson Dart so far. From Jaxson Dart so far. Malik Neighbors was open, but I can understand why Dart didn't take that shot because he was throwing from the other side. All right, so we're going to punt this. And they are going, I don't like this. Nice punt here from Gillen, actually. You got to get him down right there. So they're going to start at like the 34. Yeah, Dart is doing great. Listen, play for keeps. I'm not even worried about Dable. I'm liking what I'm seeing from whether it's Dable who drew up these first couple plays or Kafka. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Dart looks great. Moving around in the pocket looks really good. And of course, running the football too. Instant upgrade right there. But I'm not gonna focus on what Dable's doing and who he is, man. Like I just want to see Dart ball out, and it looks like he's doing it so far. I mean, this is looking like a plus that we're getting from the quarterback position that we have not been able to see in a long time. An actual plus, like the play breaks down. He's extending the play. He's directing traffic. Slayton's picking up first downs. Like this is what I'm here for. But yeah, I don't know why Scat wasn't in that. Like, I understand they saying like they don't want to give him like a million plays where they just tire him out. But for him to not get on that field in the drive, like we're not getting the same type of production from Singletary that we're doing from Scatterboo or Tracy. So Singletary can definitely take some snaps, but he shouldn't be on the field for an entire drive. And just so you all know, today, Singletary and Scatterboo are the only active running backs. So, that's something that does upset me about Dable is that we've got 2 active running backs today. So, knock on wood. I'm not even going to say what could happen in that situation, but knock on wood. I think Turbo should have been elevated or somebody else. If you don't like Turbo, fine. But, yeah, 2 active running backs today. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Singletary, he did a nice job on one of those runs getting to the outside, and he just couldn't get away. He just couldn't pull away from somebody pursuing him. But if he would have been able to, or something Scatterboo does is get his legs up high, so a guy isn't running him down, then we would have had a first down on that first drive, that first set of downs. But also, I mean, Dart ended up picking it up anyway. Yeah, I think Tracy's going to start to look good once you see, now that you have Dart in there. I think he's going to look even better than he did last year. And this dude keeps popping up. I mean, like, he's literally sitting here making a new account every 5 minutes to put links into my. Please tackle this dude. Quentin Johnson is stiff arming Adebo. Got an extra 4 yards with that. But yeah, you got this dude making a new account every 5 minutes to spam my chat. All right. Chargers so far have 32 yards of offense. Have held it for about 5 minutes. Giants up 7-0 still. All right, Hampton with a little hole right there picks up the first down on 2nd and 2. So it's the best start to a Charger drive so far. Darius Alexander getting more and more snaps every week. Like I said, I saw him with a pressure a little bit earlier, so it seems like he's coming into his own a little. Here we go. Brian Burns looking like he's lining up. Outside linebacker standing up. 5 men on the Dexter Lawrence right in Justin Herbert's face, and Herbert just sidesteps him. He's going to throw it away. So that's Dexter Lawrence. Nice pressure right there. But Herbert sidestepped him so easily. Dexter Lawrence going against this backup right guard is having his way. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Listen, dare I say the Giants might be back. Might be back here. Carter with a hit on him. Thibodeau with a sack. Dex already with 3 quarterback. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought they were saying Dex had 3 quarterback hits, but Dex with a couple of pressures today. Here we go, 2nd and 10. Herbert. That ball. Whoa, Dexter Lawrence. Whoa! No! 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 Dexter Lawrence almost had a thick 6. Dexter Lawrence was moving. Dang, he almost took it back. He almost took it back, man. That's crazy. Oh, man. Oh, man. He almost took it back. Y'all can draw up a Scatterboo touchdown. Y'all can draw up a Scatterboo touchdown right now. This is what I'm talking about. This is Dexter Lawrence that we were waiting for. This is Defensive Player of the Year type of Dexter Lawrence that we've been waiting for. Let me get this loser back out of the chat. I don't know why we're in the shotgun, man. Line up in a single back and pass it off to Scat, man. Like, come on now. Saying there's a false start right there. All right, man. Listen, Dex did all that work. He's too big to be doing all that work for y'all to not pay him. Y'all got to get in the end zone here. Is that oh, that's Van Roten. Okay. All right. 1st and goal here. I'd love to come back. Like, I don't understand why we're going 5 wide here on 1st and goal. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I would much rather have first off in the first place. There we go. Handoff. No handoff to Scatterboo. And Dart's going to pick up a yard. Yeah, I'm not liking this play calling here. Man, you can't waste the play like that. You got to get in the end zone here. Come on now. Come on now. Dex still out of breath, and y'all out here messing around on the goal line. And the Giants are going to let this first quarter expire here. I better see something better here on 2nd and goal. Because on 1st and goal, before that false start, we should have been under center, handing that ball off to Scatterboo. Should have been right under center, handing it off to Scat, and that's a walk-in touchdown. Like, there's no need to be in the shotgun. Like, we didn't even try to run the ball with Scat right there. Not under center. Man, I'm surprised, man. I thought Dex was gonna finish that after he broke that first tackle from after he broke, I think that first Justin Herbert tackle, or it was somebody that tackled him and Dex just kept moving and then he just tripped, man. Like I thought he was gone. Man, what is going on with this dude? Like, why is he so obsessed with storming my chat? I don't know who this is, but or maybe it's just a bot, but I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it's Justin Herbert or the Chargers or something hating, man. I don't know what's going on. Why this dude keeps jumping back into my chat with this spam. That's definitely a bot though. I don't know who's botting my stream like that. But here on second and goal, man, like I'm kind of upset because we took that penalty. But even before we should have done that, like we should have been under center in the first place. But here we're gonna probably come out in the gun again. Probably gonna come back out in the gun here on second and goal because we're so far away from the end zone. On I think we're probably at the 7-yard line. But I still want to be under center, man. Like I get under center, hand this off to Scatterboo, see what we got. And if not, then you throw it. And don't throw it out of the back of the end zone on fourth and goal. If we did do that. All right, here, Dart in the shotgun, 3 wide receiver set. Looks like we got an extra lineman in here at tight end. They're going to hand this off to Scatterboo. Scatterboo 1-on-1. Oh, what a tackle, man. What a tackle from number 20. That's a nice tackle. That's a nice tackle there from 20. Come on, man. Another handoff. Scatterboo's going to go down. Man, what a mess, man. You got to get in the end zone. You got to get in the end zone there. And don't go for it on fourth. Like, what a mess, man. There's no way you don't get 6 there. That was an amazing tackle, though. Because once I saw Scatterboo turn that corner and he had one guy to beat, I was like, oh, that's a touchdown. $22-yard field goal with this new kicker. Straight down the middle. I was nervous. I'm like, please don't let this dude be trash. All right. Giants 10, Chargers zip. Dexter Lawrence, man, almost got 7 out of that, man. But we let him down. We let him down, man. You let a man like that have to run 40-something yards and you don't capitalize. It's crazy. Like, why not throw it at least once right there? Is Dable scared? Was he scared of the rookie throwing it? But I mean, at least throw it once. It's probably an RPO situation. Yeah, they are going to go for the legs there. But he hurdled somebody on his first carry, I think. That first pretty long carry he got, like there was like 12 yards or something. He hurdled somebody on that one. Hopefully you're a real person, Alexa. Hopefully you're a real person and not a bot. But like I said, I don't get annoyed if people are trying to help people see the game. If I do it, I know that YouTube is gonna be mad. But yeah, maybe that works for some people. But Yeah. Could they at least gave Dart an RPO with Neighbors? Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, maybe that last play was an RPO. Like that last play. Um, I don't know. I had to look at the tape, but maybe that was an RPO where, it was an RPO and Dart just said it looks really good for the handoff here. But unfortunate we couldn't get 6 right there. But I mean, like I said, the fact that we didn't come out under center is what makes me the most angry about that drive. Because we should have come out under center from the 1 yard line. Maybe we still get a false start, maybe. But from that 1 yard line or the 2 yard line or something, like I want to come out under center, hand it off to Scatterboo, let him come with a full head of steam and just charge into them and let the chips fall where they might. But instantly getting that false start are reasons for why people are upset with Brian Dable, because it just seems like all of these penalties come at the worst possible times in the game. They always come on 3rd down. They always come on 4th down. They always come at the end of halves. They always come in the red zone. So it's like they come after huge plays that we make, and they have nothing to do with the play. So this is why people are upset. But 10-0 up on the Chargers, to me, is a good thing. That's a good thing. So here the Chargers are coming out in a shotgun, 3 wide receivers to the left. Handoff to Hampton, and Hampton's going to break a tackle, and he's still sort of falling forward. He's going to get about 5.5, 6 on 1st down. Yeah, I mean, Banks, he allowed Herbert to get that 1st down on that run because he had outside leverage and jumped inside and then just gave up the sideline. Herbert just ran up the sideline, just easily walked in. Second and 4 here. Another handoff. Hampton to the outside. Newman gets stiff-armed. Deontay Banks, decent job cleaning it up, but yeah, I'm not surprised Newman got stiff-armed there. Nice run by Hampton. 1st down here for the Chargers. Again, another solid start to a drive, just like they did last time. Last time they got a couple nice conversions, and we stepped up. So let's see what happens here. All right, 4 wide. Lad McConkey in the backfield. Some instant pressure right there, and you got a screenplay, and Newman's the only guy in the area, and they pick up an easy 1st down there on that screen. It looked like they knew that blitz was coming. So Chargers slowly moving down the field. 3 straight 1st downs here from Hampton. And Hampton was a guy that I loved in college, but like I said, I haven't seen that player in the NFL so far. Hopefully I don't see him today. I'd love to see the guy next week, though. And he comes off the field there, 1st and 10. Herbert. McConkey. Oh, my gosh. Okereke with another missed tackle. And another another 1st down here for the Chargers. The usual suspects. So Okereke and Newman missing tackles all drive. Like, come on, man. It's constant stuff with this dude, Okereke. So the Chargers just outside the 30. They finally have made it in the field goal range. 11 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. Let's see. Carter dropping in the coverage. Justin Herbert. Looks like 6 yards right there. I mean, the way he threw that, it's like he was going deep, but that was a 5-yard throw. The blitzes that Shane Bowen is sending, like, these guys can't execute the blitzes at all. Like Muasau is just like running into his own guys when there was a wide open gap for him to come through and get some pressure. Herbert just sidestepped it. You got a guy wide open here. Keenan Allen. That's a tough cover for Drew Phillips. Keenan Allen one-on-one, man coverage. Quick out, first down there for the Chargers. Of course, they're trying to get down the field and score. But we got to get in the end zone here. I mean, they're trying to get in the end zone. I'm saying we have to hold them out of the end zone here. If we give up a field goal, I'm fine. But hold them out of the end zone here. Herbert in the backfield, under center. Hampton back in the game. Quentin Johnston in motion. Pitch to Hampton, misdirection. Hampton one-on-one with Deontay Banks. And just, oh my gosh. Hampton just ran over Tyler Nubin. Nubin has gotten stiff-armed and trucked in the same game, in the same drive. And we got a flag, so let's see if that's holding. Okay, they get an illegal block in the back, so it'll go back. That'll go back 10. Yeah, that's an easy block in the back call right there. I like how McConkey blocked him in the back and then just put his hands up like he didn't do it. All right, 1st and 20 here. Chargers going backwards, back at the 30. Hampton back there beside Herbert. 4 people at the line for the Giants. Look like they're sending a 4-man rush. And another screen and a nice tackle there. That looks like Muasau. Nice read on that screen. Darius Muasau with a nice tackle for loss. This will make this a 2nd and 20-something. 2nd and 24. Listen, guys, if the Giants defense can get off the field on 2nd and 24, if we can get off the field like in the next 2 plays, then we will have broken the curse. We will have broken the curse if we can do it. Because every time we get somebody on a 2nd and 20-something, we give up a first down. So hopefully we can get off the field. This can't happen every time, can it? And the Giants are playing off here, which is fine. Short throw. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. You give up a 16-yard. Every single time on 2nd and 20 plus, we give up a chunk play as far as a 10-plus yard play. To make a 3rd and 5 every single time. Every single time this happens. So here on the 3rd and 5, let's see if the Giants defense can bow up and get off the field here. Stream buffering a bit. And Herbert's going to get sacked. And he tried to throw out of the sack. And that'll be grounding. And somebody's fighting. What's going on? All right, listen, my stream is lagging so much, I'm just going to have to see what happened. Okay, they call it grounding here, so that'll be grounding. All right. So it looks like the Giants defense has forced what'll probably be a field goal attempt. And like I said, this stream is lagging like crazy. I'm going to have to just keep on. Have to get us a refresh. So this might put them out of field goal range. So Abdul Carter on that twist. Gotta get these dudes out of my chat, man. Like, come on now. All right, so this will be a 4th and 15. Kicking this field goal from, let's see. What is this? A 43-yarder. So it should be a pretty easy field goal for him. And it's in. So Jaxson Dart in the Giants offense, and there's a flag down. What's going on? What's going on with this flag? All right. What is this? All right. So the Giants, because of unnecessary roughness, we're going to get a 15-yard penalty added on to. I couldn't hear if that's the kick, or if that'll be added on to wherever we return to. We'll see. I know we wanted Dart to sit and learn, but from the looks of it, yeah, he should have been playing week 1. Yeah, we might be like at 2-1 or 3-0 if Dart played week 1. And that's the game that you play when you say he's not ready. What if he's not ready? Then you could lose out on possible wins. And I know some people said that, like analysts said that. They was like, but what if he's ready? What if he's the guy that's supposed to be out there and you don't have him out there? Just realize that I'm muted. That's crazy. All right. Now we got Deonte Banks. We got Deonte Banks returning kicks now. Like, come on, man. Are you serious? Oh my God. Deonte Banks returning the kick to the 39. The guy with no ball skills returning kicks. And it looks like I'm 2 plays behind. Oh, that stinks. All right, well, I'll call it. Let's see. Scatterboo beside Dart. Hand off to Scatterboo. Scatterboo is going to pick up 5. And, I mean, listen, I already saw what happened on the NFL, on the Bleacher Report app. Apparently, Dart is going to get sacked for -9 yards. Shout out to Bijan cooking against the Commanders. Shout out to Bijan. All right, 2nd and 5. So apparently this new stream I found is probably behind, and Dart had no idea that somebody was coming to sack him, Daniel Jones style. Didn't had a blind spot in front of him, but at least held on to the football. I mean, that's not an offensive line issue. That's a Jaxson Dart issue, unless something happens the next play. I'll see what happens next play. I'll see what happens next play. Before I comment on what you said, the realist. Let's see. Let's see. Dart stepping up. Dart fires it, and we're like a half yard short of a first down. We might have it. But the realist, if you're talking about the play that I saw where he got sacked, there's a blind, like he didn't see the guy coming. That was 100% on Jaxson Dart. Illuminor has to protect the inside. That guy came unblocked. You got to get the ball out. He's just got to know where the ball. He's got to know where the pressure's coming from, and he's got to get the ball out. But it's his first game. So they're gonna measure this. Brian Dable just challenged it. It looked like that was a first down though, to me. So I'm gonna go grab my charger. I'm gonna grab my charger here. Let's see. All right. So I don't know if I missed any plays, but nice play there from Jaxson Dart to get us in that at least fourth and short situation. And it looks like they came after. Looks like they came after the streaming site that I'm on, because that site is shut down like in the middle of the game. They just shut it down. Okay, looks like Alexa is probably a bot, but it's not spam. So in case Alexa isn't a bot, I won't ban her. All right. Thought I was in New York. Nope, not in New York. I used to live in DC. I used to actually get the Giants games most weeks, but I moved to Maryland from DC, and then I just stopped being able to get like local games. Like my antenna would never work. I would never be able to pick up local games, and now I live in Georgia, so I definitely don't pick these games up, because if they're not showing the Falcons game, they're going to be showing a Panthers game, or they're showing something else. So that's the state I'm in right now. So let's see what they say here. Yes, it stinks. And then like I've gone the route of like going out and just saying like, let's pay and let's make sure we can stream the games. And then whenever I run StreamYard, um, when I have any type of streaming software up, I can't watch games on NFL Sunday Ticket. I can't. They black out the screen because they think I'm trying to broadcast the game. Like they think I'm trying to show their game on TV. So actually going the legal route is Oh man, that almost got completed by Jaxson Dart. But actually going the right route is impossible because you can't even stream it on Sunday Ticket unless I put it on my TV, and I have my actual TV behind me. So tough. So these streams, like every once in a while, have the the tendency to just go out. I mean, as far as like the audio, and it sounds like a scary movie, like talking like that. I can't understand them. That's a nice catch there from Malik Neighbors, or they might call that a drop. Giants are going to hurry up right here. I'm going to take this off because that's not helpful right now. Looks like Malik Neighbors caught that. Didn't catch it. But he's pretending he caught it, and they're challenging it. Yeah, that was definitely a drop there from Malik Neighbors. So we'll be here on like a 3rd and 10 coming up. Yeah, that's an obvious drop right there. So that's gonna be coming back. Looks like my other site is working again. It's a lot of it's a lot of moving around here, going back and forth. It's like this other app that they have like the nerve to say like we have a high volume of connections, so because of that, pay us to illegally stream. It's like what? Why would I pay to illegally stream the game, man? Come on now. You don't even have a license with the league, and you're trying to get people to pay. So at least where I am, it's commercial break right now. But when we get out of the commercial, we're gonna be here on like a 3rd and 10. I'm gonna mute that for now. Let's see. And then it's like the creativity you have to go through to like get synced up with the actual with like whatever act with like get as close to the actual game as you can is the most annoying part. You said it's doing the same thing as far as what TD Midas is it saying like that is delayed? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's weird. The bot is I don't understand it. Like it's just weird. It's just some random bot. Just I'm not sure. I guess they're just like following just like the NFL stream hashtag. You're saying, uh oh. Okay, what are you out of I hope you're not ahead of me. I guess that was an offsides. So somebody must be hurt because you're saying uh oh, and now I see somebody in my group chat like upset. So somebody must be hurt. Oh boy. Offsides here. Deep shot to Malik Neighbors. And Malik Neighbors is holding his knee. Well, that's it. That's it. That's it for the season. This man is in horrible pain right now. That's oh my gosh, you hate to see that. He's done, man. This is horrible. This is horrible. Yeah, man, that's it right there. That's it on this. Like anything that would have anything as far as like making this season fun is over. Yeah, man. Anything that would have made this stream this season fun is done because now you got your rookie quarterback back out there with Slayton and and Wandale Robinson, and that's it. So at this point, like we got to sign Odell or sign somebody because this is over. He's done for the season though. Like there, and then like we're gonna be looking at a different thing where we say, "Oh, remember Malik Neighbors before the injury?" We're gonna be saying that. Remember how good Malik Neighbors was before the injury? Oh man, there is no way that that's an overextension, man. Like the way this dude was screaming like that, his mouth was wide open. The way he was screaming like that, or he might not have been screaming. It might have just been him in pain, but that was bad. Like out of all people, out of all things, like this is what happens, man. Like, and this offense was looking pretty good too. Like it looked like we were going to be able to move the ball on a regular basis all year. Like the way that he's looking against this Chargers defense, it looked like Dart would have been able to move the football, like on a regular basis. But like that's the situation we found ourselves in. It's always something with this team, man. It's always something. It's always something. 3rd and 5 here for Jaxson Dart. In the meantime, Wanda Robinson, the Chargers are just going to play us straight up now. They're going to put extra guys in the box and everything. Dart's got to snap this, and he doesn't. So this is going to be a 3rd and 10. Like, I mean, like how annoying, how bad can it get right there? Now we got a 3rd and 10 coming up. 3rd and 10, Dart in the shotgun. 4 wide. Scatterbull in the backfield. Dart stepping up. Dart is going to pick up the first down. I can't even get too excited because, like, what we just saw. And it's like at the end of the day, man, it's like, man. All right, 1st and 10 here. Wandale in motion. Pitch to Scatterboo. Scatterboo's got some time, got some space. And he hurdled a guy, and he's going to pick up 4 and go down. I don't even know if it's the turf, man. Like, I have no idea because, like, it happened. It's happened before, and in the Eagles, it just always happens. It happens at a lot of stadiums. I really think this team is really cursed. Dart to Johnson. It's going to be a third and 2 or 3 right here. Third and 2, third and 1. Dart is going to pick up this first down right here on this option. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that he can get back to being himself. I mean, he was already injured, like with everything else. Like he's always had like some injury that he's been nursing, and now he's. It looks like he's going to be nursing an ACL. And hopefully it's just an ACL and not 5 other things that were torn too. Hand off to Scatterboo here. Scatterboo's going to go down after like 2. I mean, of course, he would probably want to play with Jaden Daniels, but I think Neighbors wants to play with Jaxson Dart the way that he kind of lights up when Dart was like succeeding in the preseason and how he was smiling from ear to ear a couple of days ago. It's like Singletary got through that initial hole so quick and only got a yard. And Dart grabbing his hamstring. Oh, boy. Here we go. 3rd and 7 here. Inside of field goal range. Dart drawing them all. Letting them know what he's doing. Here we go. Chargers send a blitz. It's blocked up perfectly. Taking a shot, and he overshot him right there, but he overshot him because he was interfered with. Slayton was walking into the end zone. That'd have been a touchdown. That's going to be the ball at the 1 yard line, at least at the 3 or 4, because Slayton got grabbed, or else that'd have been a walk-in touchdown. That would have been an easy touchdown, and Dante Jackson probably did the smart thing and said, like, let's force the team to score in the red zone, and I'm just going to grab him. All right. Here we go. 1st and 10 at the... Man, that was a good penalty on their part because that should have been a touchdown. Okay, 1st and 10. Hand off to Scatterboo. Scatterboo's going to break. Oh, my gosh. He turned what should have been a tackle for a loss into a 1.5, 2 yard game. There we go. Play action here. Dart. Oh, my gosh. Dart almost got out of there. We got Tupulotu out here looking like Lawrence Taylor. The guy has 3 sacks that he hasn't worked for. That's not the O-line, the realist. These are unblocked guys. These are guys that the quarterback either has to throw the ball quickly or make a miss. This isn't an O-line thing right here. These guys are unblocked. The O-line can only block so many people. It's just what you deal with a rookie quarterback. He's very... I wonder if we see anything I wonder if we see any update at halftime about Malik Neighbors, but I'm thinking that's probably it for the season. The way he looked, and because like this is a game that I can see us still like holding on, and it's just not gonna feel good. It's just not gonna feel good. And now Dart is of course limping on the hamstring. So this is a possible situation where we might see Russell Wilson back out here with no Malik Neighbors. It's just frustrating. Yeah, I mean, Moosey, I think we still might be able to hold on because Dart looks like a good player. He looks like he might be able to hold on to this lead. But going forward, like when teams can game plan and say, like, we just got to worry about Slayton and Wandale. And Slay has shown over and over again that he can't stay healthy for a full season, and so is Wandale. So it's like, it just takes the air out of you, man. Like, because again, like we might come out of this game with the win with a rookie quarterback in his first game, and it's not gonna, like you're not gonna be able to celebrate the way you want to celebrate because you're missing your number one guy that you may have been able to. You could help him develop Dart, or you could have possibly competed this year. Third and 11, 15 seconds left. He's got time, and he just throws it away. Had time, and that time went away. The realist that was definitely an O-line issue right there. That last play was definitely an O-line issue. That was Greg Van Roten, man, just really selling it, man. I don't know what he was doing right there. Greg, what's the guy? Illuminor passed that stunt off to Greg Van Roten, and he just refused to pick up the stunt. He just refused to pick the guy up. It was a perfect pass off. He just refused to pick it up. All right, so the Giants will be back up 10. The Chargers will have 152. 152 to try to get into the end zone or kick a field goal before the half. The Giants will get the ball coming out of the half. It's just like, man, like why can't we just have like a regular season where like catastrophic things don't regularly happen? And of course, I got some lag going on. Like I said, this franchise is cursed. Like there's no other way to say it. This franchise is cursed. The defense has the Chargers at 3 points. We're up double digits in the first half. Jaxson Dart, the rookie quarterback, is drawing this Jesse Minter high-powered defense off sides, and we get a free play, and Malik Neighbors tears his ACL, man. Like, really? And there goes Johnson on Cordell Flight here. First down to start things off for the Chargers. Flight got turned around right there. First and 10, 128 left in the first half. Another short throw to Johnston, and Flott's going to bring him down right there. And now Johnson is coming off the field. Looks like his shoulder is hurt. Second and 4 here, just over a minute. Herbert. That ball was too far outside. You get a drop there from Ladd McConkey. And now a flag. And looks like that might have been a late hit. If it is a late hit, that'll be 15 and essentially. Okay, so the defender got blocked into the quarterback. So they're going to pick up the flag. All right, let's see. So Thibodeau got some pressure right there. And he got pushed into Justin Herbert's leg. Yeah, I mean, there's not much he can do right there. Two people got pushed into Herbert's leg right there. And Harbaugh doesn't like that at all. 3rd and 5 coming up, 59 seconds left for the Chargers. All right, Giants sending some pressure. Herbert gets hit as he throws, but picks up the first down. Keenan Allen, one-on-one. Cordell Flott, easy first down. One thing the Giants are doing, and Shane Bowen is doing, is getting hits on Justin Herbert. Abdul Carter has hit Justin Herbert like 3 or 4 times today. All right, 1st and 10. Looks like the Giants are coming with some more pressure here. And that is Keenan Allen again. About 5 yards short of where they say their kicker's long is 2nd and 6 coming up. Oh, you already know if they're kicking a field goal before the half that they're going to kick it from 65, 75, wherever they need to. Man, that Malik Neighbors thing, man, that just stinks. Yeah, a lot of guys have gotten hurt today, too, just thinking about it. And there you go. Andrew Phillips swatting that ball away there on 2nd and 6. 3rd and 6 coming up for the Chargers. If we can stop them right here, 4th and incompletion right here, then we'll keep them up. We'll keep them off of the board. 45 seconds left. Hope you all didn't hear that car speeding outside. Here we go. Looks like the Giants are dialing up another blitz. Just a 4-man rush. And nice tackle by Drew Phillips right there. They're going to be right at the edge of where they say their field goal range is. But they may go for it here. They got to get 2. They probably will go for it here. Giants took a timeout, 37 seconds left. I think Harbaugh might go for it right here to try to either make it an easier field goal or, just try to see if they can get into the end zone, if they can pick up a first down. They got 2 timeouts, 37 seconds. If I'm Harbaugh, I'd probably go for it here on 4th and 2, to be honest. And we got Jaxson Dart walking around the sideline, stretching out the hamstring. It looks like it's not in a good spot. Looks like it's not in a good spot at all. Hopefully it's just a small little tweak. If so, then, he probably shouldn't be running a bunch because that'll put him out for 5-6 weeks. But, we're going to monitor that. We'll see how that goes. 4th and 2 coming up for the Chargers. We'll see if they just try to draw us off sides, and they do. and Deonte Banks. This is the most giant sequence of events of all time. The most giant sequence of events. We jump off sides on fourth down. Like, we jump off sides on fourth down. And Deonte Banks, of all people, catches the interception. Like, come on, man. Like, I mean, it's just like to the point where you just have to laugh at it. And then at the end of the day, Jaxson Dart has 59 yards passing. So it's not like the offense has gotten a bunch. Said touchdown. They gave up a touchdown. Wow. So I guess this will happen soon. It's just like, I guess I'll see it. 34 seconds left. 1st and 10 for the Chargers. Herbert stepping up, taking a deep shot. And Quentin Johnson is just going to walk right into the end zone here on Deonte Banks. And Dane Belton just split him, walked into the end zone. 13-10 ball game, and no hope for us to do much of anything else with Malik Neighbors gone. And that was horrible. Horrible safety help from Dane Belton. That was just horrible. That was just bad. Like, your number one shot, your number one thing at that point is like, the number one thing you want to do in that situation is to prevent him from getting the end zone. So as soon as you see that Deonte Banks is giving that up, you need to be going to tackle him, not to try to go for the ball after it's already been caught. And the pass rush has been there for Herbert. It's just like, you gotta cover. Pass rush is there. Like, cover two, man. Like, in cover two, the outside should not be open. The outside should not be open in cover two. Like, that should never happen in cover two. That shows you how bad Banks and Belton are. And this all happens because we jump off sides. Like, and this is because of mistakes. This is all because of mistakes. And they have no idea what they're trying to do as far as returning. They got no idea what they're trying to do. And Jaxson Dart is still limping. So just a nice handoff to Scatterboo, picks up 7-8 yards. And Dable is going to let the clock wind down. They're not going to try to do anything else. I guess the third halftime lead for the Giants in the last 13 games. Oh man, what a joke. We need AI Tom Coughlin. Now we have seen people get carted off and be fine. We've seen people walk off and have a torn ACL. Now I saw Jordy Nelson. What is it, like probably at this point like 12 years ago or something? Jordy Nelson tore his ACL and walked off the field, and everybody was like, "Okay, it looks great," and his ACL was torn. And of course, the same thing can happen the other way, but that just looked bad. Exactly. Bosa walked off last week too. Nice to see that other teams are giving up 65-yard field goals. The Bucks just kicked a 65-yarder against the Eagles. The way that Jaxson Dart is playing is just so frustrating because the way that he's playing, if we had Malik Neighbors for the rest of this season, we might actually the season might actually be fun. Like we might actually be on the outside for a wild card spot at the end of the season, but not anymore. I mean, there's no way. There's just no way that we're going to be able to sustain offense as much as we need to without Malik Neighbors, because I think we'll be able to make some plays happen today, and maybe even if Dart's hamstring gets stretched out and he feels better, and going forward, but once people see like, oh, okay, they really just have Slayton and Wandale, it's like it is what it is. Why they didn't activate Winston? He's emergency quarterback, so he gets activated regardless if Russ gets hurt. So if both quarterbacks for some reason get hurt, then Winston gets to play either way. So we won't run out of quarterbacks if that's what you're saying. If you're saying you didn't want to see Russ, then yeah, that's a whole different thing. So now Holland is hurt. Andrew Phillips is hurt. I didn't know about that. Apparently, Javon Holland and Andrew Phillips are hurt too. Let's see what they have going on. Let's see. Oh, okay, so that's what happened. That's why he's been out for a while. Okay, so that's why Dane Belton was playing that deep safety spot because Holland was out. So he's out with a neck injury, and Drew Phillips is now out. So it looks like they have Flott playing that slot spot. Um, so I don't think he came out, but he limped off the field. Man, that like I said, that's just so deflating. The fact that happened. I just been like, that's why you see me looking at. I've just been looking at Twitter to see if we get any kind of an update to say like, oh no, it really wasn't what you think it was. It was actually just a sprain, and he's out there with ice on his leg. Like maybe he's out there with ice on his legs, and I don't think it's the stadium. I think it's the team that's cursed. Yeah, I think it's really just I think it's just the team is cursed. And the funny thing is, I don't know if any of you in here were watching my channel during the TTC days, the Trash Talking Circle days, but there's a Cowboys fan that cast a spell. Like I said, the TTC was literally like the WWE. It was like literally a bunch of characters. There was a Cowboys fan that literally cast a spell and cursed the Giants. And I guarantee you, he cursed the Giants. And literally, since he's cursed the Giants, we've been horrible. Since he did it, we've been horrible. Like, he like got on the screen and like cast a spell on the Giants and cursed us. And ever since then, we've been bad. And I think that was close to around the time, or probably before it. But, you know, also we got that black cat that walked across the field on Sunday Night Football when we were playing the Cowboys. I think this team is definitely cursed. Because, like, it's like, it makes no sense. It's like, you see a rookie quarterback come out there and start looking like how Dart's looking today, and you just say, like, oh, it's time to send something in. Like, it looks like the Giants are looking like they're going to turn the corner to become a good team. So we've got to do something about it. That's what it looks like. Yeah, the red zone has been an issue the whole year. You know, as a lot of people say, it hasn't been the quarterback. It's issues. You know, it's a lot of structural issues, play calling issues. Yeah. McKinney, I wouldn't say McKinney has been better since he left. I'll say that he's finally in a system that takes advantage of his ability to play center fielder. When McKinney was in Patrick Graham's defense and he was playing center fielder, he was like sideline to sideline everywhere. And then we cut him. We brought in Wink and we had him playing half safety, half field safety, and he just did. He was good in it, but you didn't see how impactful he was. Odell definitely wasn't better after he left. He won a Super Bowl, but that's because he went to a much better team. But he wasn't better. Ingram, I don't think. I would say Evan Ingram, he couldn't deal with the spotlight in New York. And Giants fans, I literally tried to get Giants fans to calm down. I said, listen, Giants fans, leave Evan Ingram alone because he's obviously affected by you all booing him every time he steps out there. And he was obviously affected because as soon as he went to Jacksonville, no one was booing him. He had a clean slate, and he was great. He was fine. Evan Ingram, I placed mostly on Giants fans for why he wasn't able to be the best he could here. Oh, glowed up. Oh, okay, yeah. I would say so. I would say so. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, listen, the Chargers are the better team. We would have been able to ice this game if we had Malik Neighbors, but it's going to be difficult to hold on to a 3-point lead the rest of this game. It's going to be difficult. The offense is still moving pretty well, and we did have Slayton behind that defense, and the Chargers defense does take a lot of risks, and they're going to take even more risks now that Malik Neighbors is out. So there will be opportunity. There will be opportunity to go over the top with Darius Slayton, to go over the top with Jalen Hyatt if he can get some reps, or Bo Collins, one of these guys, or Wandale. There will be opportunity to get over the top of this defense, but you know, we got to actually capitalize on the opportunities. Got to actually capitalize on the opportunities. And let me see what's going on in the league right now. As we have Browns are down 20-7 on the Lions. Commanders are trailing 17-10. Did Jaden Daniels play today? Marcus Mariota gets another game today. 10 for 14, 78 yards and a touchdown. Solid. Eagles are up 24-6 on the Buccaneers. Panthers are trailing 28-6 to the Patriots. Bills are up 14-10 on the Saints. Titans are trailing 6-0. I don't know why they're talking about the Ravens and Chiefs. I must have missed that. I'm not seeing either. Yeah, they play at 4:25. Okay, they're like previewing the game. Okay. Let's see. Everyone brings up Odell coming back. He's a fraction of who he was. He's not the same. It's just a money grab for him at this point. I don't know if it's a money grab, but he's definitely not the same player he was. Like, he's definitely not the same player. But he might be better than, you know. And a washed Odell is probably not better. Um, he's probably better than Bo Collins or Gunnar Olszewski. So I mean, they're gonna have to bring somebody in, whether it's Odell, whether it's because Gabe Davis already went back to the Bills. So they're gonna have to bring somebody in because they just don't have enough people. That's what happens when you keep Jalen Hyatt and you don't bring in Trey Palmer and Jalen Hyatt doesn't even play. Let's look at the wide receiver market. Unless we can convince, I mean, why would Amari Cooper come out of retirement? I doubt he'd come out of retirement to play for us. So let's see if we can see off season free agents. Time for the plane. Oh, they threw like I said, they flew like 3 or 4 planes over top of the stadium today. Don't know what they said though. I'm looking to try to find some free agents. Let's see, position. Yeah, I don't know why it's so difficult now on Spot Rack to find this stuff. Spot Rack players. I am going to be right back so we can gear up for the second half. So a 3-yard carry from Scatterboo to start things off. Second and 7, another handoff to Scat. Scatterboo's just going to run that guy over, pick up that first down. Easy money. So the top wide receiver free agents right now, Gabe Davis. I thought he was back on the Bills, but he's not. Gabe Davis, Nelson Aguilar, Tyler Boyd. Those are the top 3 guys. Another handoff to Scatterboo. Scatterboo picks up 6. Thomas doing his thing, blocking for this. Yeah, it's Gabe Davis. It's Nelson Aguilar. I don't know. I mean, these are really the only 2 guys that you will be looking at thinking like you're going to get anything out of. Second and 4. Another handoff to Scatterboo, picks up a yard. This will make this 3rd and 3 coming up right around midfield. All right, 3rd and 4. Dart is going to pick it up easily. Looks like for now the hamstring is fine. It looks a lot better. Right there, he kind of jogged away, so the hammy looks okay. Dart might get 100 yards today. He's literally taking every opportunity he can. They just zoomed in on his hamstring. All right, 1st and 10. Fake pitch. Man, Theo was right there. Theo was right there, man. Amari's retired, though. That's the thing. Fake pitch there. Yeah, just couldn't put that ball where he wanted to there. 2nd and 10 coming up. Singletary in the backfield. They pulled Scatterboo off the field. Good things usually don't happen when they take him off the field. Dart's going to take off again and pick up another. Oh, he's still running. He just ran over a guy. And this is going to come back, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it's coming back. That's hilarious. Dart tried to stiff arm the dude. That's ridiculous, man. So Russell Wilson's coming in the game, people. Russell Wilson's coming in the game. The officials are fixing the game. He was tired. That's why he was leaned over. Man, like why they gotta stop? Why they gotta pull him out of the game? Russ coming in for a play. Please don't throw an interception, man. Just keep it warm for Dart. This drive is done because we're gonna waste we're gonna waste we're gonna waste this drive because he's out right now. And there's a holding penalty, and they'll take the sack right there. And that's an illegal formation. That was just bad. What are you evaluating? What is he doing? Russ here on 3rd and 26. Screen play to Wandale. Luckily, Wandale gets us some space to punt. And Dart will probably be back next drive. What a mess. And Gillen's going to punt this. And you got a guy out of bounds. And that's going to go back because that's definitely a penalty on that punt. So this will go half a distance to the goal. Chargers down by 3. Opportunity to get the ball back. They do not have favorable field position, but we'll see how this goes. All right. So, man, this stinks. Like I said, I'm still trying to find out if we have any updates on Malik Neighbors. Got all the Twitter doctors saying, yeah. News just came in. It's believed that Neighbors actually tore his ACL, so it looks like that's what's going on. So yeah, they're saying that the news is out. It's likely that Malik Neighbors is torn his ACL. And I mean, this is like a 1% chance that he'll get the MRI and it'll say something different. So yeah, that's a tough loss. Since he's been out of the game, they've been really aggressive because they trust their guys to cover the receivers we have, and that's what's going to look like the rest of the season. That's what it's going to look like the rest of the season. Is teams are going to be really aggressive, and they're going to dare us to beat them throwing the ball down the field. And it looks like what's going to happen is Dart is just going to be running around because there's not going to be anyone open. That's what it's looking like. Yeah, Slay is gonna have to be the guy because yeah, I mean he's the only receiver that can really do it all as a full-time outside receiver in that X position. And again, he's not a wide receiver 1. I would say he's a low end mid-tier wide receiver 2 and a high end wide receiver 3, but that's the spot we're in. I don't see the Giants trading for any wide receiver 1. Because of, the situation that we're in as far as our GM. And it's not like we were competing for a playoff spot. So, and this is what we say. This is what we mean, too, when we say, like, that was concussion protocol. That was a horrible, horrible pulling him out of the game because he clearly never hit his head. Why do we continue to do this? At this point, I'm saying this is a Debo's fault because a Debo specifically is always playing so far off of these wide receivers. A Debo is always playing off of these wide receivers. All right, Hampton is cutting back, and he fell forward surprisingly. Yeah, we're definitely cursed. And like it stinks because like I don't hate the Chargers, and now the Chargers have to leave this game without Joe Alt. And Hampton 1-on-1 with the Debo is gonna get an extra. A Debo, man. Sink your hips, man. Sink your hips. A Debo just takes them on and just expects to just like sink your hips, man. Hold on, sink your hips. Don't just stand straight up while he can drive his legs. That you're not going to stop anybody. All right, Chargers across the 30, 1st and 10 here. Oh man, Adebo almost got an interception right there. Luckily, Alt only has an ankle injury, so hopefully they can get him back. I mean, they're saying they're having issues protecting Justin Herbert, but I don't think Herbert cares. He's just delivering that stuff on time. And Alt is in a walking boot, so this is probably a 4 to 6 week type of high ankle sprain issue. Another screenplay. Got to get this dude down. He's moving like molasses. Whoever 33 is, man, come on. That's 83. Conklin. He was moving so slow. It's like Conklin was moving so slow. I'm like, if you let this dude pick up the first down, nuts. 3rd and 7 here. Opportunity to get back off the field. Third and 7. And it looks like this play is blown dead, so they probably will go back 5 yards. False start, which means this will be 2nd and like 13, which means they're going to pick up the first down this next play. So them going back 5 yards means that they're going to easily pick up this first down because the Debo is going to play far off. And a guy's going to catch it and easily pick up the first down. That's just what happens in Giants land. 3rd and 12, easy first down every time. Looks like the Giants are sending some heat. Another false start. Oh, so they're definitely going to pick up the first down. Two false starts. They're picking this up. So 3rd and 17, like I said, the Chargers will probably pick this up here. 3rd and 17, the Giants are playing literally 15 yards off almost. Justin Herbert under pressure, throwing it short. Hampton actually goes down. The Chargers didn't get it. I'm genuinely surprised. I'm genuinely surprised they didn't pick up that first down on 3rd and 17. That's the first time this entire season on 3rd and long or 2nd and long we've gotten off the field. We've gotten off the field on a lot of third and shorts, but not second, not third and longs. Gunnar Olszewski finally, and there's already a flag down before we've done anything. Before we've done anything, there's already a flag down, so this will go back 10 yards. We're going to start at like the 5. Holding on the receiving team. So 2 holding calls. So we're going to start at the 3 instead of like the 40. Yeah, I mean, I really think at this point, it makes sense to go out and sign Odell or I don't think Gabe Davis helps us here. I think we need a guy that can be a intermediate target, and I think Odell can do that at this stage. Because we can replace Malik Neighbors. We can't replace it, but we can supplement Malik Neighbors downfield, what he would have done for us with Darius Slayton. And we can even do a little bit of that in the intermediate, but I think we need to bring in somebody like Odell who can at least be a possession receiver for us, because we just don't have anybody. I mean, Tyler Boyd, I think he's pretty much washed now. I think he had an injury a little bit later in his career. See, Tyler Boyd last year had 635 yards and he played in 16 games. 39 catches. Oh, yeah, 635 snaps. So he had 39 catches, 390 yards, no touchdowns. Yeah, Boyd is cooked at this point. At this point, yeah, I think it makes sense to bring back Odell. I'm trying to remember if I have Malik Neighbors on my fantasy team. I think I might. Yeah, just be a. I mean, maybe bringing in Odell would break the curse. Maybe bringing in Odell breaks the curse. Yep, I do have Malik Neighbors on my fantasy team, so it's a double whammy. Get screwed twice. All right, here we go. 13-10 game. 1st and 10 for the Giants, starting off at the 3. 3.5. All right. Dart getting some movement at the front. Hand off to Scatterboo. Scatterboo's going to pick up a yard and go down immediately. I think they're going to... They just said you can't spell Josh Allen without MVP. The Bills are having a fight to pull away against the Saints. All right, 2nd and 9. I am so I don't know if that's a Dart issue or a Dart issue. Yeah, that looks like Jaxson Dart just didn't grab the Yeah, he's not used to taking snaps from under center. This is the type of stuff you run into when you got a rookie that has not taken snaps with the first team O line. And Dart just didn't have enough on that. Just underthrew that out route right there, and we're going to punt. And they're going to get this ball somewhere around their 40. And the Chargers, you best believe, with John Harbaugh, the Chargers are going to be coming, or Jim Harbaugh, the Chargers are going to be coming full force to block this punt. Luckily, Gillen gets a nice, that's a nice punt, nice airtime right there. Giants have got to, this punt returner did a great job making sure, really great job making sure that he didn't get any yards because the dude just ran sideways. 68-yard punt from Jamie Gillen. Yeah, that returner did a horrible job not getting upfield, man. Like, it's like, like, I mean, like, why is Neighbors hurt, man? Like, because, like, I like what I've seen from Dart so far, but also, like, we haven't seen much from Dart throwing the ball. We haven't really seen much because most of what he's done has been running. He's at 59 passing yards. He has I don't think any passing yards in the third quarter. 7 for 13. 54 rushing yards, 59 passing yards. So he's an all-purpose back. He can do it in the air and on the ground. Scatterbull at 64 yards rushing, Dart at 54. So it looks like we're going to be a team that is at least going to have some rushing yards. I don't know if that will go over well as far as, yeah, as far as the entire offense doing well. But Dart hasn't done much through the air so far. But again, they've been playing so aggressively. It's like they're leaving those run lanes open for him. We're still in this game. My hope isn't gone for this game, but like I said, it is frustrating with the whole Malik Neighbors thing. All right, Justin Herbert handoff to Marion Hampton, picking up 2, and he's gonna go down right there. Andrew Phillips and Javon Holland back in the game. There was a third person, I think, that came out. I'm not sure. All right, 2nd and 7. Oh, man, excuse me. 2nd and 7 here at the 40. What is this, a 43? Hand off to Hampton again. Brian Burns bringing him down after a gain of 1. Nice tackle from Brian Burns. The announcer tried to circle Brian Burns, but they circled Abdul Carter. 3rd and 6. Let's see if the defense can get off the field here. They have been getting rid of the ball so quick, and a lot of these twists that we're running on 3rd down have not been effective because they've been taking a long time to develop. Oh, Andrew Phillips, interception. And there's a flag, though. There's a flag, though. I wonder if that's going to be pass interference or late hit. Probably a late hit. Let's see. Whoa! Penalty decline. Pass interference on the Chargers. And the Giants will get the ball in the second time inside the 5. Andrew Phillips responds from struggling last week. I put out a joke tweet. I forgot who said it in the chat. Last week that Andrew Phillips was Darnay Holmes wearing 22 or something like that. And like I said that on Twitter as a joke, and I know so many people are going to be like messaging me on Twitter saying like, what do you think now? Like I said it as a joke. Nobody thinks he's really Darnay Holmes. But I know people are going to be like, they're already typing on the responses to that post now. 1st and goal. Here we go. Can Jaxson Dart get his first passing touchdown? Is he going to hand it off to Scatterboo? Let's see. This has got to be a situation where we're getting the end zone here. Hand off to Scat. Scat is still fighting. And they're going to give him an extra yard. Would have gone no gain, but they're giving a yard there. They let him keep pushing. They don't trust. They're not worried about Darius Slayton or Wan'Dale Robinson or Theo Johnson getting open at all, because they are stacking the box and they're playing man coverage right there with the 2 wide receivers. Whoa! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about, Mike Kafka. That's the Mike Kafka I remember from 2022. That's the Mike Kafka we saw in 2022, man. That's what I was looking for. And now they're calling the flag. And unnecessary roughness on him. A guy like Brian Dable will go for it there. The Giants are going to go for 2 right here. All right. So where's the unnecessary? Why did he just grab? He just grabbed John Michael Smith's face mask. All right. Here we go. 2-point conversion attempt. Jaxson Dart, Scatterboo. Scat. There we go. 21-10. 21-10 ball game. Giants moving. Again, imagine if we had Malik Neighbors on this team. Imagine if this team had a number 1 wide receiver. Exactly. Scatterboo doing the David Wilson type backflip. It's crazy, man. Imagine if this team had a number 1 wide receiver. And then Wilson wasn't in St. Paul. All right, man. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Listen. At the end of the day, it's about winning, especially when you got your rookie quarterback in there. It looks like we're going to win, and the defense is finally pulling their weight. Finally pulling their weight. It definitely is because of the defense if we win, because Dex almost returned one for a touchdown, and Drew Phillips almost returned it for it. I mean, we got it twice inside the 5. So listen, defense balled today. That's why, like I said, I'm not gonna fire Shane Bowen over firing the guys that are running the offense, and I'm not ready to fire them because they're the ones that took Jaxson Dart. So let them do what they want with Jaxson Dart. Let them develop their quarterback at least for this season, and at the end of the season, we'll evaluate. But Shane Bowen, the defense has not been the biggest problem with this team the last couple of years. It's been the offense. So today, his defense got some takeaways, and we'll see how they look, going forward. But I'm not to say it's Shane Bowen is a strength, but this defense, they showed up today. He's also dealt with, his running backs and, not his running back, his linebackers being hurt. So, like I said, I'm not a fan of Shane Bowen at all, but I wouldn't say he's the guy to scapegoat to say, like, oh, if we didn't have Shane Bowen, we'd be, who knows. Because he's also playing games with Darius Morsau out there and what's the guy's name last week? Some created character that Swayze Bozeman at linebacker. It's like, listen though, coming out of it, man, 21-10, Giants up 21-10 on the Chargers, 11-point game, end of the third quarter. Just got to bow up here. We just got to bow up and let the pass rush get into what they want to get into. This pass rush should start moving. Unlimited, I don't think it makes sense to tank. Because, what are we going to do out of a tank? We're not getting a quarterback. And even if a new regime comes in, I don't think they'll like this quarterback class enough to take one of these guys. Because I don't think it's going to be that great of a class. You got Nussmeier, but I don't think that somebody will look at Nussmeier as a prospect and say, oh, he's so much better than Jaxson Dart. You got Drew Allar, and he's every time it looks like he's going to be a great player, he kind of has a horrible game or has a horrible moment. So I think if they do want to replace Dart, this new regime, it'll be the year after this upcoming year. And, there'll be opportunity for that. Jaxson Dart is 8 for 14. Jaxson Dart has the best 8 for 14 for 62-yard game I've ever seen in my life. All right, Brian Burns. Man, Brian Burns put some pressure on him, but, Herbert is just so good. He just keeps getting the ball away. We're a step too slow a bunch of these times. He just keeps getting it, just keeps getting rid of it. All right. Marion Hampton with some nice space. Oh my gosh. Can you get Tyler Nubin off of my team? Get him off of my team, man. Get Tyler Nubin off of my team. Get Tyler Nubin off of my team right now. Get Tyler Nubin off of my team right now. He's done this 3 times. This is the third time. This is the third time that Tyler Nubin has done this. Taking an angle so terrible. Taking an angle so terrible that you give up a 40-plus yard run. Every time, this dude stinks. This dude makes me sick, man. Tyler Nubin, man, this dude takes the worst angles I've ever seen in my life. But they keep telling me, "Oh yeah, he's just so good," but you just haven't seen it yet. Like he's referees had to explain whatever they were doing. Like Newman is bad, man. I remember like all these people keep trying to gaslight me to say that Tyler Newman is a good player. Like they say like, oh, Holland and Newman are going to be great this year. I was like, I was optimistic for Holland, and I've kind of been disappointed there. But Tyler Newman, man, come on, man. Like if the Giants take Caleb Downs, it's going to be a great replacement. There's no way they should have let Herbert in like that. There's no way they should have let Herbert in right there. How slow this dude turned the corner. They should have knocked his head off. Like they should have knocked his head off. Like they should have knocked his head off. That's definitely a conversion right there. But it's like they should have like laid this dude out. They like soft played it to try to push the pile. Like they should have just laid this dude out when he turned the corner. All right. Here we go. Singletary. Singletary's been a nice returner for us. Funny. The new return game is like you don't have to necessarily be fast at all. All right, Jaxson Dart in the shotgun, four wide receivers, including Theo in the slot. Dump off to Scatterboo. Scatterboo's got a head of steam, and we're picking up 7 right here on first down. And we've had also folks got to remember when you look at Dart's stat line today, there's about like maybe like 50 yards missing because they had a 20-yard pass interference to Neighbors, and they had a 30-yard pass interference, I think, for Darius Slayton. Scatterboo again, pushing a pile, man. What a dog. There we go. Another first down across the 50, it looks like. Yep. 69 yards from Scatterboo on the ground. A hard fought 69. Three wide. Scatterboo picks up the blitz. Dart's got forever. There's no way you take a sack right there, Dart. There's no way you should take a sack right there. Oh, man. That's not an offensive line issue right there from Dart. He's just got to get rid of the ball. Your clock, you do not have forever. Just because Scatterboo picked up that blitz doesn't mean that you should then just hold on to it for another 5 seconds. He's got to either take off right there or throw it away. But I think he should have just taken off right there. And this is like another reason why people were saying to just go ahead and throw Jaxson Dart out there, because like what happens if you would have waited until week 11 to throw Dart out there, or week 15? I mean, if you want him to be in an optimal situation, his number one receiver could get hurt at any time. So there you are. I'm just messing around on Twitter. Let's see if we got anything in the chat. Not much. But yeah, I mean, Dart is gonna have to learn he's gonna have to learn the structure of the NFL. That first off, you're not running over these guys like they're kids. You're going to have to be able to get rid of the ball. And when they're sending these blitzes, you have got to account for him. He's gotten sacked 3 times today on blitzes where he just didn't account for the extra guy coming. And this pass play, they sent the blitz. They got it picked up, and I'm guessing no one was open downfield. So at that point, you throw the ball away or you take off. But you don't take that sack right there, especially out of the pocket. All right, 2nd and 16 here. This is going to have to be a big play right here if we want to convert. All right. Slayton picks it up. There you go. First down. There goes Slay. The Giants giving other teams a taste of their own medicine. 2nd and 16, short throw. All the yak in the world. First down. Just like that. All right. Handoff to Scatterboo. Breaks a tackle. Whoa, breaks another tackle and picks up a yard. Scatterboo, man, just doesn't care, man. The dude just trucked like 3 people. Like, the way that this dude just breaks tackles is just ridiculous. People just slide off of him. 2nd and 8 coming up. All right, Dart's got time. He's running. He's going to have to get rid of it, man. You got to start throwing the ball away. You got to start throwing the ball away, Dart. You got to start throwing the ball away. Yeah, Dart's clock is working on SEC time. It's working on SEC time. Here on 3rd and 14, I just want to see if we can get in field goal range. He's got time. He's got forever. He's going to take off and put us just inside the 40. So this is probably not in field goal range for the guy we have. And this will probably be a punt. Oh, yeah, that's a first down, man. That's a first down on the outside. Yeah. Yeah, if you have Graham, we know you're probably kicking this field goal, but that's unfortunate. You're kicking from the 40, man. You're no points out of this. I think that was Bo Collins too on the outside. Would have been a first down, but you know, it is what it is. First game. But yeah, I mean today they're gonna say that Jaxson Dart. Let me see. Yeah, I mean they're going to say that like Jaxson Dart was under pressure all day and couldn't operate because of how many sacks he's taken. But I'm gonna tell you that. Let me see how many sacks he took. He's got 5 sacks. I would say 4 of these 5 sacks are on him. Either him not seeing the guy who came unblocked that he was supposed to account for, or him just holding it too long. So overall, I mean, I'm pleased with what I'm seeing from him. You know, there's a couple of things he has to clean up, and I'm pleased from what I'm seeing from the offensive line, pass pro and run blocking today. The funny thing, none of your business, is that he did have an open receiver. That's the funny thing, but he just didn't see Bo Collins at the top. So today, Herbert, 21 for 33, 173, and a touchdown, 2 interceptions. Dart is 10 for 16, 86 yards, a touchdown, and 5 sacks. Herbert's been sacked, what, once? Yeah, he's been doing a good job getting rid of the ball, man. He's been crazy with that. Here go the Chargers with the ball back. They're going to have to go about 90 yards, 91 yards if they want to take the lead. Less than that if they want to tie it. So Giants defense coming out, playing man coverage. And I couldn't tell what happened right there. The glare or something from the camera. I don't know. But it looks like he dropped it. It was either just an errant throw or he dropped it, but I couldn't tell. And that was Quentin Johnston coming on a comeback route at the top of the screen. All right, 2nd and 10, 12 minutes left in the game. Herbert at his 9-yard line. Giants sending another blitz. It looks like it at least. And they're actually backing up. And Keenan Allen is going to bring them 1.5 yards short of a first down. So now 3rd and short here for the I was going to say the Jags. 3rd and short here for the Chargers. I mean, you play as far off as we're playing, and, you know, they're going to take these short passes, and they're going to keep running after the catch. Third and 2. Herbert. Abdul Carter. Abdul Carter has the biggest impact I've ever seen for these guys. He just doesn't have many sacks, but he's got so many pressures that he has completely just changed this game today. He has completely changed this game today. He just dipped past his backup left tackle and just completely ruined that play. Just ruined that play for him. All right, so the Chargers will punt this. Let's please limit the penalties. And that was a horrible punt. that ball went out of bounds somewhere around the 50. They're going to stop this at the 45 of the Chargers. That was a horrible punt. Great field position for Dart and the Giants. If we get about 15 yards, we're in field goal range. Because it looks like they're not going to kick it from that like 55 plus range with Jude. But, if we can get to like a 50 yarder or a, 45 something, we'll have points if we can make it. All right. So Jaxson Dart at the 40. They brought the ball back. The 48 of the Chargers. Singletary in the backfield this time instead of Scatterboo. And Singletary with a nice run, picking up 7. All right, 2nd and 4 coming up after a nice run from Singletary on first down. Another handoff to Singletary, who's going to pick up the first down. Nice job dragging the guy. Like I said, Singletary is the most solid running back in the league. Just a solid running back. Derwin James tried to blow that up and Dart got in the way. All right, Singletary in motion. Out in the shotgun, Singletary to the right. And Dart is just going to get rid of this to Slayton. And Slayton's going to pick up 9, 8.5. And the Giants will be here on 2nd and 1. Already in field goal range. Yeah, Russ can't see the middle of the field. So, I mean, it made sense. It made sense that Dart is finally able to address the middle of the field because Russ literally couldn't see it. Couldn't see over those guys. 2nd and 1 coming up. Hand off to Singletary. Singletary's got space. It is so great having Andrew Thomas back on this line. We can run the ball now. And we've really run the ball really well today. The run game has helped out Dart so much. Right back in the red zone here. It looks like we're right at the 19-yard line. Wandale breaks a tackle. Nice play by Wandale. Almost. If we had been able to get a block right there, man. Hyatt was a little bit slow on that block, but if we had been able to get another block, Wandale might have been able to do something crazy with that. Yeah, Hyatt is just like stumbling backwards and wasn't able to block the guy, but almost got it there. 2nd and 4 coming up. Singletary one-on-one with this safety, and it looks like he picked up the first. They're going to give him a half yard short or quarter yard short. I feel like he picked up that first, though. I feel like he picked that up, but they're going to say 3rd and 2. That was a horrible spot because he picked up that first down for sure. He clearly picked that first down up. And I think I remember my stream lagging. What happened on that first Dable challenge? Did we win that challenge? No, he got that first down. So did we win that first challenge? You all let me know. Because I think I lagged first time. Where it was, I think, Bellinger or Theo Johnson. They were close to it. I think we did win that challenge. I think so. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought we did win it. So yeah, this is looking like this is gonna be our second one challenge, and we'll get a third. Exactly. We've had the lead the entire game. That like Jaxson Dart has never. I guess if you want to count the times where he came in the run, but other than that, he hasn't trailed. He hasn't trailed as a quarterback. If we can get in the end zone here, that would be huge. Listen, again, this is going to be great if we can pull this win off. I just really wish that, the whole neighbors thing didn't happen, but this is going to be great if we can pull this win off. Because I just don't know who we would go after that could even, because we're not going to replace a Malik Neighbors, but it would have to be Odell. I think it'd have to be Odell, or I'm not sure. It'd have to be Odell. And I think a lot of these, I think the Chargers defense is going to be a really good defense this year, but I think a lot of it has kind of gotten blown out of proportion because they've gone against teams that can't run the ball. So I really think, especially like the Broncos started to run the ball on them, I think that's what's really going to happen going down the road. Whether the Giants win, whether they hold on to this or not, I really think the Giants, I really think that the teams are going to start running the ball on the Chargers because they came into this game giving up 5 yards a carry. So that was the weakness of their defense, and that's what the Giants have done today, is run the ball down their throats. And we have pretty much had success most of the day. And this is without Tracy. This is mostly with Scatterbull and Singletary. Singletary has 7 carries for 28 yards. Dart has 56 yards on top of that. Scatterbull has an 18 for 70-yard game, but just under 4 yards a carry. But overall, I would say that we've done a pretty good job running the ball. All right, 3rd and 1 here. Oh my gosh, what was that about? Oh! But there's a flag on the ground because the referees are haters. It's against the Chargers, though. That is hilarious. That's hilarious. Dart literally ran up the middle, got stuffed, and then just ran around. That's hilarious. They ran a pretty much quarterback power, not a draw. Quarterback power. Dart got stuffed and just ran around that and picked up the first down. But since they got a defensive offsides, the Giants ended up just taking the 5 yards right there. All right, 1st and goal coming up right inside the 5-yard line. I think that's Theo Johnson in the backfield. Oh, it's Bellinger in the backfield. Cam Scatterbull behind him. Nice block by Bellinger. Scatterbull spinning off. Scatterbull is down at the 1.5. 2nd and goal coming up. Please just stay in this formation you're in. That was a nice block by Bellinger at fullback. Just stay in single back, or stay not single back, but stay in what's that, kind of like a pistol almost? Well, it's not pistol because he's under center. They went to shotgun. Whatever. Okay. They went back to shotgun at the 1.5 yard line. Hand off to Scat. Scat is fighting, and he's going to be a half yard short of a touchdown. That's going to be a half yard short of a touchdown right there. At this point, man, put Bellinger back in the game. Dang, Scat should have finished that, man. He should have finished that, man. I expect him to finish those. So here on 3rd and goal from the half-yard line, I mean, you want to be aggressive with their quarterback. You might as well run a sneak. Well, no, they're a little far out. They put that ball way too far. I feel like he was closer. Jaxson Dart is going to lose 2 yards there, and the Giants, with an opportunity to put the game away, run a quarterback draw that everybody knew was coming, and get shut down. I don't understand why we're running from shotgun there. And they're keeping the Giants offense on the field. They're keeping the offense on the field. Let's see what the whole hubbub is about. Because we couldn't get in from the 1 yard line, so let's see if we can get in from the 4. Touchdown! Oh my gosh, he dropped it. Wan'Dale just dropped it. The Giants are so bad in the red zone, man. This play calling is so terrible. You don't have Josh Allen at quarterback. Dart did the best he could extending the play. And, I mean, if this is Malik Neighbors, he probably does come down with it. But Wan'Dale got breathed on and he couldn't come down with it. So if this game goes to overtime, it's literally because Dable didn't take the points. I won't say Wan'Dale got breathed on. Wan'Dale, he broke the ball up. That was more of a breakup than a drop pass, I'll say, looking at that, because the guy got his hand in there, put basically his whole arm on the ball, tossed to Omarion Hampton right there, and he's running violently, picking up 6 right there instantly. Oh yeah, John, if he doesn't make this, if we go to overtime, here, then Dable probably lost us the game. But at the same time, we're the same fan base that was excited that Dable went for 2 at the end of that game and then kicked that extra point. So, I mean, that's the type of coach he is. Whoa! Hey! That ball got tipped up in the air, and there was a chance to intercept it, and just nobody could get there in time. I don't know what sound that was I just made. Yeah, Neighbors is out for the year. Neighbors is the ACL is dying. Luckily, they didn't get a call. We didn't get that call because we just had somebody put their hand on Justin Herbert's helmet, and they didn't get a call for that. So that was just a bad missed call from the refs. But here we go, third and 2. Hampton trying to get to the outside. Nice block there. And Hampton. Guess what, folks? It looks like the Chargers at the very least are going to get a field goal out of this. The contain, man, like the contain on this defense, man, it's been bad since last year. It's been bad since Wink was here, to be honest. There's no contain on this defense from these corners. Especially when Leo Williams was here. It's like they didn't want to run up the middle. Justin Herbert he has forever to throw the ball, and he throws it away. So I guess they're only at their 40. And I mean, like, we are harassing Justin Herbert, even though that time he had too much time, but we still got a hit on him. But it just doesn't matter. He keeps getting back up. Guys are still open. I mean, it is what it is. Here we go. 2nd and 10. at their 40. Justin Herbert taking a deep shot and just overshot. Couldn't tell who that was, but we got a flag, and that's probably a late hit. Probably going to be a 15-yarder. Okay, defense on the holding. Holding on the defense, actually. On Deontay Banks, of all people. So, fresh set of downs here. Still 4 minutes left in the game, so there will be an opportunity if they do, kick a field goal or score. It will be an opportunity for us to get the ball back, depending on what happens. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Another run play. Hampton is going to get a yard. One of the better run plays right there. This Giants run defense has been boom or bust. They either are stopping him for a yard or negative yards, or he's getting like a long run. All right, 2nd and 9 coming up. 4 minutes left in the ball game. This stuff is huge. This is a huge moment in the game. 2nd and 9. The Giants are actually coming up and putting hands on these wide receivers right here. You got a guy wide. Oh, he wasn't open. That was actually beautiful coverage from Deontay Banks. Nice trail take. I just didn't think Banks would actually put his hand in there, and he did. Banks got beat off the line, but just recovered so well and got his hand on the ball. So 3rd and 9. After they pick up a flag, I guess they realized that nothing was going on that last play. Deontay Banks actually did make a pass breakup. And here we go. 3rd and 9. This one is probably for the game, depending on what happens. And Brian Burns with his 5th sack of the season is going to take down Justin Herbert for a huge loss. Mary, the score is 21-18. The Giants are leading right now. It's 4th and 25. Brian Burns just sacked Justin Herbert. And the time is about 3 minutes and some change. Let's see what pops back up. We're under 4 minutes, I'm pretty sure. All right. Chargers are punting it with 3 minutes left. Gunnar Olszewski is fielding this punt. Gunner's returning it. Gunner across the 25. And the Giants are going to start off at the 25.5, 26. 2:52 left. And imagine if Brian Dable had taken the field goal. A field goal here would have, at that point, I think that pretty much would have wrapped it up. If he had already taken the points and we got to 24, and now we would be from here 24 to 27, that would make it a 9-point game. But, it's a 3-point game right now because we didn't take that field goal. 2:52 left for me too, the realest. Jaxson Dart under center. They're probably going to hand this off to Scat to see what he can do. Scat immediately gets 4.5 yards, and this is coming back because you got a flag down, so probably holding. Offsides on the defense, actually. So this will be a 5-yard penalty, and it is 1st down. So the Giants will get a 1st and 5 because of an offsides penalty. All right, so 1st and 5 here. Tight end in the backfield. Hand off to Scatterboo. And Scatterboo this dude is a monster, man. It looked like he was down for no gain, and he just kept driving his legs, and there's about 2 yards short of a 1st down. So he turned a negative or no gain into a 3-yard gain. Chargers take their first time out there. So the Giants will have a 2nd and 2 coming up. Giants will have a 2nd and 2 coming up. 2 minutes and 42 seconds left in the ball game. Daniel Bellinger's in the backfield at H-back. Scatterboo's behind Dart. And Scatterboo's going to lose 4 yards right there. The entire Chargers defense was back there as soon as he touched the ball. So this will make this a 3rd and 5. As the Chargers take another timeout with 2:38 left to go. The Giants have 2 timeouts. Chargers have 1 more left. This will be a 3rd and 5. The Giants, of course, are going to try to pick this 3rd down up. Referees keep babysitting this whistle. So you got 3 wide receivers. You got Theo Johnson lined up at tight end. You got Scatterboo beside Dart. 3rd and 5, 2:38. If they get this, this will be huge. Dart! Theo Johnson, 1st down. Theo Johnson got up without the football, but he was clearly down. That's what we needed right there. Theo Johnson wide open there. And I think the Chargers took their last time out. Yeah, Theo Johnson was clearly down right there. Clearly down right there. And Theo's got to protect the football right there. It's like he had basically 2 hands on the ball. But he didn't. Like, he had his second hand a little loose. Like, at that point, just protect the football completely. If you're not going to have a hand free to do anything with, just protect the football completely. So 0 timeouts left for the Chargers. 2 minutes, 34 seconds left. 1 more 1st down is going to do it. Running the ball. 1 more 1st down will do it. So the Giants are at their own 41-yard line. Scatterboo in the backfield. Scatterboo's free. Scatterboo spinning off. Picks up 6 yards right there on the first play. Scatterboo looking for some help to get up. And nobody's helping him up. Finally, an offensive lineman gets him up. You can tell Scat leaves it all on the field because every time he gets tackled, he's putting his hands up because he doesn't want to waste energy getting back up. So this will go to the 2-minute warning. And 1 more 1st down will wrap this game up. 1 more 1st down will wrap this game up. So we're about 4 yards away from the first win of the season for the Giants. About 4 yards away, folks. And this should be a game where Malik Neighbors probably would have had a huge game on a Dart broken play, but it is what it is. I wish him the best. Hopefully he can, have a successful surgery, get back to the drawing board, get healthy for next season. It's really unfortunate, but yeah, man, it just stinks. But it's good to get a win at the same time. And it's like all these dynamic players that we have that always get hurt on their rookie deals. They always get hurt in their 1st or 2nd year. I think it was Saquon that got hurt towards ACL in his 3rd year in the 1st or 2nd game. Odell, of course, messed up his ankle. And he was just never the same after that. He had I think he tore the ACL too, and that may have been after he left. But I just know once he had that ankle injury, and then came back to try to push through it, and then had the issue with the against the Browns in the preseason where he twisted that ankle, he was just never the same. So I'm just hoping that Malik Neighbors can have a speedy recovery, can be back next season and be ready to go, and just can be the same player he was before he got hurt, because that would stink to see the guy not be the same player. Yeah, I mean, people say it's the Giants' turf. Maybe they switched the turf a couple years ago. They haven't gone to grass, but the data, when they showed like the injuries, there's no difference between grass and turf. But the players say they prefer grass. So, they're not going to go to grass because they have so many events in MetLife Stadium. They're just not going to go to grass, but it is just it's tough. I don't know if I blame the grass. I don't know. I mean, he was going full speed and had to stop to jump for that, but it's just unfortunate because the guy was already dealing with injuries. So maybe those will heal this offseason along while he's dealing with the ACL. Okay, I don't know what that was from Jaxson Dart, but he faked, like he fumbled the ball or something. And I did not like that. I didn't like that at all. Imagine if we had kicked the field goal when we had a chance to. Then this team would have to score a touchdown if we don't get this first down here. So 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. I wonder if the Giants are going to run this ball to just try to run the clock down, or if they're going to try to pick up a first down here. 3, 2, 1. Got to snap it. Hand off to Scatterboo. And he's going to get a half a yard. And they will take this down to like the 30-second, 20-second mark. Yeah, this will go down to like 30 seconds. The Chargers have no timeouts, and they'll have to kick a field goal to tie the game. So we'll see. We'll see if the defense can step up again. We'll see if they collapse like they did against the Cowboys. But, I'm sure the Chargers are feeling confident that they can go down and get a field goal. Of course, they got to protect as far as getting the punt returned. Yeah, I didn't get to look at that play again that he got hurt on. So, yeah, maybe it was. But, yeah, wish it didn't happen. Definitely wish it didn't happen. Because, like I said, from how we look today for the rest of the offense, it's like we would have we would have been able to use him really well, and I think he would have had some big games. I think he might have even had a big game today. All right, 4th and 4. Fourth and 4 here with 31 seconds. The Giants are going to punt this. Jamie Gillen's going to get some airtime on it. And we missed one tackle on the punt. We're containing, and nice tackle there from the linebacker. Manhurts, actually, the tight end. Nice tackle because he was about to turn the corner and get about 15 more yards at least. A shoestring tackle. So they wasted 12 seconds off the clock pretty much trying to make that return hit. And they got about 2 yards on that return. So 18 seconds left in the game. Justin Herbert in the shotgun. Giants in prevent defense. This is actually appropriate here. 18 seconds left, no timeouts. The Giants just have to stop them from getting out of bounds. Brian Burns, so you got an incomplete pass the first time. Brian Burns was turning that corner quick, coming after Justin Herbert. And Herbert just got rid of it and basically threw it up for grabs. So 13 seconds left. We're entering territory to where if they do complete like a long pass, they may not be able to get there to even spike it. And Dave was going to take a timeout. Dave was taking our last timeout because I'm guessing there's something he doesn't like on the field. So absolutely the first thing is being in prevent defense. This is when it's appropriate to be in prevent defense because Justin Herbert is built different. Like this dude is built different and he can throw it behind you. And now Tyler Nubin is limping off the field. So now we got Holland, who was out for a little bit today. And we got how am I forgetting? We got Holland and I just got spoiled, whatever. I just got spoiled by Bleacher Report. They just told me we won the game. But anyway, let's look at this last play. Herbert, he is basically throwing a Hail Mary, and that's going to be caught. And you got 2 seconds, 1 second, and game over. Giants get their first win of the season against the undefeated Chargers. Love to see it, folks. You love to see it. Love to see it, man. But at what cost? But at what cost? And I know Russell Wilson feels like he could have got this win. But he probably couldn't have because we probably wouldn't have put up 21 points. But you know, we were in the we were in the red zone a bunch from those interceptions. Justin Herbert is heated. Brian Dable. Brian Dable was excited, man. Brian Dable was excited. All right, let me pull up the stats on my computer so I can record this this post game. A DJ-like performance. We'll see. Let's see. I just want to pull up this stat so I can record this post game. And we'll go for a little while after I finish recording, as always. All right, let's see. Maybe I'll change this background to my new background for the channel. Let's see. If I disappear, folks, don't fear. We're doing some editing on the fly, so don't pay me any attention. All right, so we're going to move over this way. All right, we should be good. Yeah, David did look like that was kind of creepy, like how invested David was in the Dart at that moment. All right, let's see. What's going on YouTube? Diggy546. The Giants got their first win of the season and Jaxson Dart's first start. This was a game that we were in the lead the entire game. We led the entire game today. And this is the first time I've seen this in years where the Giants actually kept the lead the whole game and pulled out a win. Now, of course, the big elephant in the room, the giant in the room, you know, the elephant in the room is that Malik Neighbors is hurt. Malik Neighbors is hurt, and he's hurt bad. He's got an injury. He tore his ACL on a free play where Dart, the rookie quarterback, draws the guy off sides. They jump, and, you know, we end up getting a free play, and Malik Neighbors, unfortunately, is trying to go up for the ball and tears his ACL. Ah, man. He's going to be done for the season most likely. And it just stinks because this offense, while this offense wasn't explosive today as far as like huge plays down the field, this offense looked like it was more on schedule than it's ever been. And this offense looked like we would finally be able to get into a rhythm. But it just seems like this team is cursed. It really seems like this team is cursed. And, Malik Neighbors is going to be out for the season with the torn ACL. Now, let me first go over Dart stats. He was 13 for 20, 111 yards and a touchdown. Also pitched in 54 rushing yards on 10 attempts and a touchdown. So 2 touchdowns today from Jaxson Dart. Dart could have had more passing yards probably if Malik Neighbors stayed healthy. Also, he had 2 downfield passes that were pass interferences that just didn't, that weren't completed because they were pass interference. And then he also had, of course, those 2 short fields because Dexter Lawrence, and I'm going to get to this defense in general, and Drew Phillips both got interceptions where they returned them inside the 5-yard line. So Jaxson Dart didn't have the heaviest of lifts today. And I'll just focus on Dart a little bit before I start talking about other people because this is his first game. This is our possible franchise future quarterback. I would say the vibe test he passed. He looks under pressure. He looks composed under pressure. Didn't look like this was too much for him. Everything that all of his, supporters said in the media and his coaches in college and everybody, he looked poised. He looked relaxed. Wasn't scared to run. Wasn't scared to run into defenders. Had a hamstring issue for a little while, but looked good for the most part. He did not force the ball downfield. He did take a shot where, again, Slayton should have been open for a walk-in touchdown, and we ended up having to settle for 3. So that was actually a good penalty from that Chargers defender. But did his job, didn't do more than what he was asked to do, completed those short passes, completed almost every clutch, third down pass that's been completed against us for the entire season so far. Hit Darius Slayton on a slant route, I think, or it may have been a like a mini post, but a slant route on 2nd and 17, picked up that first down, picked up a ton of first downs with his legs. So Jaxson Dart today had a game, really good game, really efficient game, managed the game well, and the defense did their thing. So next I want to talk about Cam Scatterboo. Scatterboo had a 3.2 yard average, and he had a huge effect on this game, though. More than anything, he had a huge effect on this game. So he had that 3.2 yard average on 25 carries. He had 79 yards, but these 79 yards mattered. They mattered when he needed. He got a ton of 5-6 yard carries. He got a ton of first down carries. He had a ton of times where he should have been tackled for a loss and he picked up 3 yards, or he should have been tackled for no gain and he turned it into 6 yards. So Cam Scatterboo, the stats don't show it, but he had a good game today. He had a couple of plays where he just got tackled in the backfield because they were kind of keying in on it because they were like, they're continuing to pass it off to him. Singletary pitched in 28, and the Dart effect is in effect. The Dart effect is in effect. Jaxson Dart enters this team, and this team we right off the bat. Let me pull up the total yards. We run for 161 yards, so I think that's pretty good. Before I get to the defense, let's get to the defense. Because the receivers didn't do much today. They made some clutch catches. Wandale should have had a ball that was in the end zone that he dropped. Tough pass, tough catch for him, but should have had that. But let's talk about the defense. So today, man, this defense, they were working against a backup offensive line pretty much because Joe Alt went out, I think, in the second quarter, maybe the end of the first quarter. And Joe Alt has been like, I hope that Joe Alt can get back. I saw him in a walking boot, and he's been amazing for them this year. But I don't wish bad on the Chargers. They've been fun to watch this season. So hopefully Joe Alt can get back and get back to playing at the level he was. But now they have a complete backup offensive line out there, and the Giants took full advantage of it. Now, the sacks won't say what we did. We sacked him twice, but we hit him. It had to be over 10 times today we hit him. It had to be over 10 times. We harassed this guy all day. We had some errant throws. We had short throws. We had long throws. We had throws that got tipped up in the air. And that's really what caused these 2 interceptions is just errant throws. Now, the first interception was Dex just getting his hand up, swatting the ball, catching it, and almost returning it for a touchdown. Dex at 300, because, guys, people keep calling Dexter Lawrence 340 pounds. When he first got into the league, he was 6'4", 340. So right now, Dex has to be 350 because he looks a lot bigger. He might be 355, 360. So this guy at 350 pounds returned this interception like 40 yards and almost scored. And then, of course, we couldn't get in the end zone there. And then Andrew Phillips does the same thing. Returns it inside the 5, and I think we may have scored right there. But may have been another. I think that may have been the drive that we ended up not kicking a field goal, and Wandale ended up dropping that pass in the end zone. So we didn't capitalize on those turnovers, but we did stop them from scoring on those turnover drives. And again, the pass rush was all over Justin Herbert. The DBs today played really well. Shout out to Andrew Phillips, who I put out a joke tweet. I put out a tweet saying that Andrew Phillips is Darnay Holmes wearing number 22. I was joking, and I ended up quote tweeting it saying, like, I'm obviously joking because Drew Phillips has already shown more than Darnay Holmes has. But shout out to Drew Phillips because he showed up today and he balled out. He had a ton of pass breakups. He had 4. I'm looking at it. 4 passes defense and an interception, and should have scored a touchdown on that interception. So he was all over the place. Brian Burns continues to be a monster. Thibodeau got another sack. So it's seeming like both of these guys, Burns and Thibodeau, are going to be close to that 10 sack. Burns is already at 5. Thibodeau, I think, maybe at 3. So they're going to both be close to double-digit sacks. And Abdul Carter, while he has no passes defense, he has no sacks. He has 1 tackle, but Abdul Carter has the most impactful 1 tackle game that I have ever seen a player have. He has the most, because he hit Justin Herbert probably about 4 or 5 times. He pressured him a bunch. Abdul Carter continues to be a pressure king. Not as many sacks. He has a half sack on the season, but Abdul Carter did his thing. Dexter Lawrence, again, a guy who didn't get a sack, but got a bunch of pressure, got a bunch of hits, and got that interception. So he did his thing. And overall, listen, I am not pleased with Shane Bowen as an overall defensive coordinator. But one thing I will say is when the offense has been performing the way it's been performing for years, we're looking at Shane Bowen before anybody else to say you need to fire Shane Bowen. Like, let's be real. So Shane Bowen, nice game today. He switched up some tendencies. He had a lot more press going on. He sent some blitzes after him. He switched up the tendency. So solid game by Shane Bowen, holding his Chargers offense to 18 points. And man, I'm sad that Neighbors is out for the season, but I'm excited that we could get a team win like this and Dart starts off 1-0. It's like it's hilarious. Like this is our second rookie quarterback we got that's starting off 1-0 in a game where they was not expecting them to win. And our offensive line and defensive line for the most part really kind of dominated the line of scrimmage. Now, I will say Omarion Hampton got 12 carries for 128 yards and had 2 big runs. It's time to be honest with us about Tyler Nubin. It's time to be honest about Tyler Nubin. He is not that guy. Tyler Nubin is not the kind of guy that you want. He's just not that guy. Like, Tyler Nubin is not the kind of guy you want as your last safety valve. The guy takes horrible angles, and he's the reason that this guy ran for a 54-yard touchdown. Omarion Hampton mostly today had 1 to 2 yard carries, 3-yard carries, or negative yard carries, but we allowed him to jump out the window a bunch of times. It was either no yards, short yards, or, a huge run. So still have not tightened up the run defense as far as allowing these big plays. And a lot of it is these DBs are horrible. They got horrible angles. And, it is what it is there. But overall, nice showing from the defense. And we got our first win of the season. It feels great. I wish Malik Neighbors will be here next week so I could say we're going to push for the playoffs. But you can't expect this to last forever with what we got here. But first win of the season, excited. Jaxson Dart is 1-0. You all let me know what you're thinking about this win down in the comments. First win of the season. Let's go. All right. So what we got here in the stream? What we got here in the stream? I think I missed the super chat. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. I swear I saw something else. Here we go. Shout out to the realist for dropping the $2. Okay, I see it's no message, but shout out to you, man. You've been in the stream all day. Excited to get the first win. Shout out to Guess Who for the $5 super chat. He says, we got a dub and Scatter Blue held it down. And Dart, we believe. Hope Leak heals up quick. I'm glad I was able to get through that whole comment without messing up, because that's like a whole different language. But I'm speaking in emoji. And I missed the first Dart. So Dart and Skettle Blue. So there we go. Listen, man, it's good to get a win. It's always good to get a win. And there's no audio is low, Mark. That's weird. That's the first time I heard audio is low today. So I wonder if my audio's been low this whole time. Let's see. That is strange. See if I can turn my gain up. Mark's not having it. He's like, audio is low. Hold up, let me see. Because I see my mic is like kind of coming in. My mic is kind of coming in low, but I haven't heard anybody else say it's low. So I see everybody else saying it, so I don't want to blow people's ears out. So yeah, it might be something going on with your speaker. So yeah, man, it's always good to get a win. Like I said, it's always good to get a win, because I was kind of concerned if we had lost this game, which I really expected us to do. We could have been in a situation. That's strange, Mark. Mark, we're seeing in the comments, it's saying that. Let's see. I'll turn up my gain just for you, Mark. I'll turn it up just for you. Let's see. All right, how am I coming in now? I should be louder now, so I should be louder now because I turned things up. But yeah, it's good to get a win. Stinks, like I said, about the Malik Neighbors thing, but overall it's good to get a win. We got the Saints coming up. We could possibly be 2-3. We got after that the Eagles. So, we compete with this team. We can compete with the Eagles. So I just want to see some competitive football, especially without Malik Neighbors the rest of this season. We just got to see some competitive football. I'm glad we were at least able to win in a game that we lose Malik Neighbors for the season. And that's exactly what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I'm thinking, is that we're going to have to go get a wide receiver. Now, in the short term, we may elevate little Jordan Humphrey to the roster, because we're going to need a body there. But I'm thinking that they go out and get a guy like Odell. They go out and get a guy like Gabe Davis, who I thought went back to the Bills, but I see him as a free agent still. And he is still on the Bills. So yeah, I got Spot Rack is messing up, man. NFL free agent. Yeah, Gabe Davis is back on the Bills. That's what I thought. So let's see. As of September 27th, the top wide receivers are Deontay Johnson. That guy can run the full route tree, but he's kind of unreliable. He's not that good at catching the ball. Odell Beckham, Robert Woods. Robert Woods is way too old. Yeah, that's really what you're looking at. Not much. It's really Odell. That's really the only guy that I think could help. And it's not like I think Odell is a number one. It's just he's not. Deontay got signed too? Okay. So, yeah. So, it's really Odell. It's really Odell because that was as of September 27th. So I'm guessing he just got signed. I'm guessing, yeah, he just got signed. Nope, he's a free agent. He got cut from the Browns, so he's a free agent still. Yeah, Boyd is a free agent too, but I think he's kind of kind of cooked. But yeah, Deontay Johnson is still a free agent. He got cut by the Browns. He got cut on. Let's see. Yeah, he got released on final cut day. But yeah, it's probably Odell or bust to be honest, because I think he's the only guy that could run these like intermediate routes actually effectively, and it actually go well. I don't really see these guys. I see Odell, Deontay Johnson as the only two guys, and I mean, it speaks volumes that Deontay Johnson has been on the Steelers, the Panthers, the Ravens, the Texans, the Ravens again, the Browns. He's been on all these teams, and it just hasn't gone well for him. I mean, the guy is he had a 357-yard season for the Panthers in 7 games, and since then he just hasn't done much, and he just got cut from the Browns roster. So it may just be a Odell or bust kind of situation, or maybe they just elevate Lil Jordan Humphrey and just move on. They just elevate Lil Jordan Humphrey, and we just go forward with him, and that's what you get out of this situation. Because right now, what we're looking at is Bo Collins is on the roster after you got your four known guys, and Jalen Hyatt isn't even a guy that's been doing anything. So you got Malik Neighbors is gone. So you got Slayton as your number one X type of wide receiver. They probably want to get the ball to Wandale the most, but they'll eventually realize that it's got to be Slayton. So you got Slayton, Wandale, you got Bo Collins, as far as how the depth chart looks right now, and then you got Jalen Hyatt, and then you got Lil Jordan Humphrey. So, and Lil Jordan Humphrey would have to be elevated from the practice squad. So you really have those four guys. So yeah, it's got to be Odell, or it's got to be, yeah. That's really all I see is Odell, and it depends on if ownership signs off on that. They might be against that because of how bad we've been, and the fact that we're on the hot seat, and they might not want the drama. And it would just be hilarious to have Odell here and Malik Neighbors not here, like both of them not here at the same time. So Malik Neighbors doesn't even really learn much on the field from Odell as far as like nuances of things and all that types of stuff. Lots of shootings and chaos around you. Dang man, I hate to hear that. Hopefully you're okay. But yeah, definitely have a good one. Hopefully you're talking about metaphorical, but if you're talking about real, man, stay safe. But yeah, man, it overall, like I said, it's just good to get a win. It's just good to get a win because we don't know how many of those we'll get, and that was like a dominating type of win, pretty much over one of the better teams in football. So, I mean, you can't ask for much more. Can't ask for much more. Yeah, that might help too. The whole recovery part, that might help. That could definitely help. But I see we're kind of dying down here. And like the vibes for this day would be so much higher if Malik Neighbors wasn't. I mean, even if it was a Malik Neighbors hamstring for like 8 weeks, or if it was some crazy injury like that, where it was like an 8 week injury, the vibes would be crazy. People will be on here until 2 a.m. live streaming about the Giants winning. But because of what happened, man, the vibe I can already tell. I'm not even in anybody else's streams right now, but I just know the vibe is probably off. All right. So I see we're kind of moving slow. I probably will work to get this video up. This post game. I might do another one with better quality, but I don't know. Probably want to keep my initial reaction. So the next video you all see from me that already saw my post game video that I just recorded while in stream will probably be a more detailed breakdown of things that I saw when watching the game back, looking at film and everything like that, and just, you know, some of the more advanced stats. But appreciate y'all for sticking with me these last 3 hours and some change. And see you all next. Hopefully we get multiple wins. Hopefully we can get we can string some wins together, and this offense doesn't become, you know, impossible to watch because Malik Neighbors is hurt, and hopefully Dart's hamstring is okay. Hopefully that too. So yeah, appreciate everybody for staying with me for this long. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Stay blessed, folks. Stay blessed. First win of the season. Let's go.